a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with top quality equipment from Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower and receive a free pressure washer. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. But hurry to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Stop by Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, let's roll. What's up, everybody? What's more? Joe Franklin with you, Out of Bounds on this Thursday. Kind of excited. Thursday night football tonight. Big game for the Buccaneers, especially after last week losing to the Saints. That was ugly.
Every game for them is a big game.
Yeah, you tied for first place in the South. Basically, that's your route to the playoffs. I guess they could run the table and maybe catch somebody for a wild card, but easiest route for them and most probable route is to win the NFC South and tied with Carolina.
And Bucks have done it a number of years in a row now. It's more exciting times there for Panthers. This is uncharted territory for them here recently. And so both these teams, they're locked in a battle.
If you had to put money on who's going to win the NFC South, who would you put your money on?
Probably Panthers because they're going to have better odds.
Are they?
Oh, yeah. They should.
I have to look that up on Bet Saracen. I think it's an interesting question. I would have probably gone with the Carolina Panthers too, but not because of the odds. I just think they have a better chance of winning it. And it's funny to say this, but right now I think I have more faith in Carolina than I do the Buccaneers.
It's always based on schedule, though. So it would be based on taking a look at who their last 4 opponents are, and that's how the odds would be determined.
Well, I know for a fact that the Buccaneers and Carolina Panthers play twice. So 2 of the last 4 games are against each other. And, of course, Tampa Bay is playing Atlanta tonight. The other game is at Miami. So
it seems like Panthers are the healthier team at this point, too.
Buccaneers may be getting a wide receiver back tonight. I saw that.
Mike Evans?
Let me see here. Let me go back. News. Where did I see that? I don't see it now.
His streak is broken, though. He had 11 straight seasons of 1,000 yards receiving.
It's not over. He can get 250 in the last 4 games, or whatever he needs.
Yeah, I think he needs a lot more than that.
Dang, I don't see it. I know I saw yesterday, and I thought it was on Yahoo on their page that one of their wide receivers. Yeah, here it is. Todd Bowles indicates wide receiver Mike Evans will return from a collarbone injury Thursday. So there you go. That could be huge. And let's see. Mike Evans has – what's he got this year? 140 yards receiving. So he just needs 860, Joe.
860 in
over
4
games.
Yeah.
220, 215 a game. It's possible. It's not over yet.
Yeah, it's not out of the question for sure.
Yeah. pretty much is. Okay, so that was the Buccaneers' schedule coming in. Their 4 remaining, 2 against Carolina, 1 against Miami, and then, of course, tonight they have Atlanta. Carolina's remaining schedule looks like this. They're going at New Orleans this week. New Orleans just beat Tampa Bay. Then the 2 games with Tampa Bay, they host Seattle. So they have the tougher schedule with Seattle.
Yeah.
That's out of the 8 games those 2 teams
You know what,
play,
though?
that would be the toughest.
They have played really well at home. That's no gimme going to Carolina to play against them.
Mm-hmm.
We saw they just beat Rams at home. Packers, they beat them on the road, actually.
4-2 at home. Their 2 losses, head scratchers. Lost to New Orleans at home, 17-7.
Division game, though.
And, Buffalo, 40-9. It was the blowouts, the head scratcher, because they were undefeated at home until playing Buffalo and got blown out 40-9. But yeah, that was a great win against the Rams. It is. It's wide open. I don't know who I would pick. Now that I know they have to play Seattle, that's a tough one.
The key is if you can get both games head-to-head.
Yep.
If you can do that, it's going to put you in a good position.
Yep. Because then you own the tiebreaker, and you could afford to lose a game. Well, if you give them 2 games, you could lose another game, probably still be okay. Okay, anyway, Thursday Night Football tonight. Bet Saracen has a line of Tampa Bay minus 4.5. That's gone up a little bit. And the over-under tonight, 43.5, which I thought was a little low. I thought maybe some more points scored tonight. Tampa Bay, what have they been doing offensively? Let's see here. Last couple games, 7, 20, 20. Scored 32 against Buffalo. 32, 7, 20, 20. Okay. They've been giving up a lot of points, 44, 34, 17 in the victory against Arizona, and they gave up 24 points last week to the Saints. Atlanta, last couple of games.
Kirk Cousins starting remainder of the season.
Last 4 games, they scored 27 against Carolina in a loss, 24 against the Saints in a victory, 24 in a loss to the Jets, 9 last week against the Seahawks in a loss. They've been giving up 37, 27, 10, and 30. Their defense has been giving up some points, Joe. And that's what the Falcons were known. They gave up 31 to Indianapolis, good offensive team, 30, 10 against the Saints, 27 against the Jets, and 37 against Seattle. So maybe Tampa Bay gets a little healthier tonight and scores some points. Mike Evans goes for 225. Keep him on pace. Thursday night football game tonight. Coming up on the show today, we got Bobby Swafford here in about 15 minutes calling in, talking a little high school football. 2 more games to go this season. 3A championship noon Saturday right here on the Buzz. Mansfield and Fordyce. And then I guess we'll be on Buzz too, now that I think about it, because we got the Razorback basketball game against Texas Tech on the Buzz. That's an 11 o'clock tip-off. So I guess we'll be on Buzz too for Mansfield and Fordyce. And then Saturday night, 4A state championship game at 6:30. That is Dardanelle and Elkins. Coming up at 2:10, we got Richard Davenport with a recruiting update. And then at 2:30, Butch Jones. 1 week from today, Arkansas State will be playing in the Xbox Bowl in Frisco at the Ford Center. Pretty cool deal, I think.
That will be.
And then at 3:30, Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. We'll see if he has a thought on tonight's game. And then, of course, some other games this weekend. So we'll get Brian on here in our last hour. Besides that, we're pretty wide open. We'll take some phone calls, 661-1037, 661-1037. This guy says Tampa Bay just lost. Oh, Piggy Smalls says Tampa Bay just lost at home to New Orleans, laughing out loud. Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that was in bad conditions also. So it's always going to be a factor.
You would think after that loss, that bad loss, they're ready to regroup, turn things around, and put it behind them. That's a bad loss. 501 says Nathan Brown, new Hog quarterback coach. Not confirmed. There is some talk out there about that, but there is no confirmed reports of that. They did hire a coach today, or reportedly, it came out from national guys that another coach has been brought in. It was another secondary coach. Not sure how it's going to work. This guy was had coached with Coach Silverfield at Memphis, left. He had been at A&M, been in some different spots. So it'd be like 3 secondary coaches. You know, and here's the thing I would caution, and because people are wondering, well, how's that going to work on the offensive line with 2 offensive line coaches? We just are being told, it's reported that they're bringing them on board. We don't know their role. Some of these guys may not be on the field coaches. You know, we've been told the pool for the coach's salary has increased. And so while you can only have so many on-field coaches, you can have other coaches. You know, these analysts, these other guys that are helping, a support staff. And so maybe they're going that route. And
that's where they've been lacking.
Yes.
That's where they've been lacking big time. That's something that they needed to pick up in that area, probably up there with, I can't think of any other schools that are right there on that level with them, but they're pretty close to top in the country where that's where they need to pick it up.
Mm-hmm. That and the recruiting department, you know, to get some more guys that are devoted only to recruiting. To be looking at the possible portal guys, grading tape, looking at high school kids, just a bigger recruiting department so that it's not all on the assistant coaches to do the recruiting. And other staffs, and, you know, Richard Davenport's the one who broke that story and talked about it. Arkansas had 3 in their recruiting department, and Oklahoma was the next lowest with 9.
That's a big difference.
Most of the SEC schools had, 12, 13, 14, and Arkansas was at 3. And so that's one area they got to improve. NIL, obviously. But
you know what the bottom line is, though, is they've been cutting corners trying to save money.
Yeah.
And now you have to put that money to work in a lot of different areas.
Yeah, that's the point. Maybe some of these coaches are just being brought in to be coaches, but not necessarily on the field coaches. They'll be a assistant to the secondary coach, an assistant to the offensive line coach. They're in the building and they're coaching and they're in practice, but come game day, they're not, part of the staff that's on the sideline coaching.
It'll be interesting to hear about the GM that came over from Memphis, what his role will be.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that happen with a lot of coaches taking new positions. GM goes to the new school with him.
It's his right-hand man. I go back to Any Given Saturday on Netflix with Vanderbilt, and he brought along his general manager, his right-hand man that had been with him, and was also happened to be his best friend, from high school friend, high school buddy. Both grew up in Nashville. Both dreamed of working for Vanderbilt and bringing Vanderbilt back to glory. And look at what they've done so far. Pretty neat story. But yeah, that right hand man can help that coach in so many different ways besides just the NIL. But he is a very important piece of the support structure. And obviously Silverfield thought that was a big part, and that's why he brought him along. 501 says, the irony of saying that Michigan football has had drama over the last several years is quite interesting because Arkansas football has literally had program drama for the last 20 years since 2005.
A lot more.
Man, that was a crazy story yesterday, and it just got crazier and crazier after Joe and I got off the air at 4 o'clock. It was, as soon as the news broke, Joe pointed out it's got to be something more to it. It's just not because of a 9-3 season. And right before we went off the air, we did find out that there was something else to it. The affair with the staffer, and then next thing you know,
he's arrested, alleged assault, still in custody now.
Still in custody, and
he'll be arraigned tomorrow. So, even more details will continue to come out.
Man, it's just hard. Seriously, guy made a mistake, but prayers to him. What he has gone through in the last 24, 48 hours, how his life has just completely been just thrown upside down, and to even threaten suicide, it just shows you the depths that where he was, where his mind was, and he's going through a lot right now, and it's just terrible. It's a terrible story. Just made me sick to hear everything that was going on. Another one on the D3 Auto Sales text line. I thought it was 10 coaches that could go out and recruit. On the field coaches, there's no limit anymore. Way I understand it. Maybe we can ask Richard about it. He may know more about and I know there is a rule of how many coaches you can have out recruiting. That is definitely a rule. I thought there was a rule of how many coaches you could have on game day, like on the sideline and in the box. Like you go to those Alabama game. Alabama had a huge support staff. They had all these analysts and stuff. I didn't think those analysts were a part of the game day situation on the field coaching for Alabama. Maybe I'm wrong.
I thought they
can
could
be in the booth
in the box. Yeah, thought they could be.
So if there's not we got to get to the bottom of that.
You have 50 coaches. It's just a matter of if you want to spend the money for the number of support staff.
Early in the day of the salary cap, Jerry Jones, his policy was, you know what? If they're going to cap how much money I can spend on my team, they can't cap what I spend on my coaches. And so he went that route and tried to hire as many coaches as possible to help what he had on the field and use that to his advantage because he had the money to spend.
It's the same deal here, though.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Because as an owner of a team, you can have as many staff in your company as you want to.
Mm-hmm.
There's no limit to that.
Jeff and Brian said yesterday on Drive Time, they said only 10 or 11 can go out on the road and recruit. That is true. There is a rule there. I will write that down to ask Richard. He'll know how many can go out and recruit for sure. Number of recruiters. Cool. But when it comes to number of coaches you can have, maybe you can just have as many as you want, and they can be there on game day. They can be on the sideline. They can be in the booth. They can be helping out no matter what. And if that's the case, yeah, bring on as big of a staff as you can afford. If you've got the budget and you didn't have to necessarily break the bank for a particular coach and you have some money left over, bring in another coach. That pays off, hopefully, in the long run.
We've seen it pay off with other schools for sure.
Mm-hmm. This one says you can have as many assistants as you want. You can only have 10 to 13 on the sideline. I can't remember the which way it is. It's either 13 or 13 assistants, or if it's 13 that's out recruiting, or if it's 10 assistants or vice versa. I would say it sounds like from the other people calling or texting in, it's 10 that can go out and recruit, and then maybe you can have up to 13 on game day. Maybe Google can help me during the break.
AI. Do that AI search.
Anything on the live fan feedback? Nope, nothing over there. All right, anything else we need to hit on before we go out? Carter Knox did speak to the media earlier this morning. Did Christian pull some of that? Do we have any of that?
I hadn't seen anything.
Okay. Arkansas, of course, getting ready to go to Texas Tech and play in Dallas. Not to Texas Tech, but they'll be playing in Dallas against Texas Tech. Number 16 versus number 17. I checked a little earlier and still not a line. That line, the national line, normally comes out Friday afternoon during our show, sometimes right after our show. But the good thing about Bet Saracen, they do have a local line, the Arkansas Specials line. Can't, bet the house on it, but they'll let you put a small wager on it. And right now, the early line is Arkansas is getting 1.5 on Bet Saracen. Over/under on that game, 151.5. Money line straight up. You want to go money line? Arkansas is -105. So pretty close to even money on it's under the Arkansas Specials tab on Bet Saracen. All right, we'll take our first break. When we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the high school football state championship games. 2 more to go. Bobby Swafford with the AAA will join us. We'll take some questions, some calls. It's a good day. Excited to get Butch Jones on here. And Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. Get some picks from him. Let me see how he did last week. I know he nailed one that I really liked. It was a winner. All right, we'll take a break. When we come back, Bobby Swafford. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
If you don't already have the Bet Saracen Sports Wager app, download it today from the app stores or go to BetSaracen.com. Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports betting app.
This is SportsCenter.
A bombshell dropped in the college football world yesterday as Michigan head coach Sharon Moore was fired. Michigan stated he was terminated with the cause because of an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Shortly afterwards, it was announced he had been detained by police after what officials said was an assault. This is a developing story. Stay tuned for updates. Bill Pogge will step in as interim. He was a former head coach at Charlotte. And tonight in the NFL, Thursday Night Football featuring NFC South showdown of the Buccaneers hosting the Falcons at 7:15 on Amazon. That game can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Listen each Friday during Drive Time Sports for the basketball insider in Arkansas. It's Bart Reed, made possible by Martin Orthopedics, with locations in Little Rock, North Little Rock, Cabot, and Hot Springs Village. Staffed with fellowship-trained orthopedic surgeons and sports medicine specialists. For more information on the web, go to martinortho.care.
Hi, this is Ted with Accountable Roofing and Remodeling. We are proud to offer window and door replacement installation. Our upfront, honest pricing and easy financing make it easy for you to increase the value of your home and reduce your energy cost in one step. Accountable Roofing and Remodeling windows and doors carry a lifetime guarantee. So what are you waiting for? Call us today, 501-621-0500, or visit us on the web at accountablerr.com.
When second's making a play, Short's got to cover.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage.
It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
See Shelter Agent Steven Reiser, Seth Boyd, or Todd Martin in Jacksonville today.
All right, folks, it's that time of year. It's cold outside, which means it's time for court sports. We're talking tennis, pickleball, basketball, all those sports that you can play indoors. Don't let nagging pain affect your ability to enjoy your sports time. QC Kinetics is here to help. QC Kinetics here in Little Rock is going to help you build your body's comeback story, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. With QC Kinetics, healing is within reach. And guess what? Those sports I was mentioning earlier are a bit more fun when you're performing well and you're winning. QC Kinetics will help you get back to those winning ways. Schedule your free consultation today. It's a great time to do it, to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 501-214-5880. That's 501-214-5880. Call QC Kinetics to schedule your free consultation today.
For over 30 years, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has been Arkansas's truck accessory headquarters and the only stop for all your truck parts and accessories. If it goes on a truck, Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse has got it. And that includes upgrading your truck with Vortex spray liners. Tough, durable, proudly made in the USA. Their spray liners can protect your truck for years to come. Call Pickup Truck Accessory Warehouse at 501-568-0040 to schedule your spray. Or stop by 65th and University.
Bell & Schwartz Gentleman's Store has stores within a store. The Martin Dingman Lodge leather goods, accessories perfect for Christmas bags, wallets, gloves, socks, and cigar cases. Name brands Gentile, Cricket Razorback gear, Peter Millar apparel, and Fiore athleisure wear. Bell & Schwartz quality men's clothing, the only store with a tailor on staff for your custom needs. Bell & Schwartz, 1011 Oak Street in Conway, on Facebook and Instagram.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
You really like.
Back at it. It is Out of Bounds on a Thursday. State championship games less than 48 hours away. Last two games of the year. Bobby Swafford with the AAA joins us now. What's up, Bobby? How are you?
Good, Wes. It's depressing when you say it out loud. Last two games of the year. Not sure I'm ready for that.
It's the end of a great season. It really was a great season. And last week it went really well. Some good games. Everything go smooth last week?
It did. You always automatically flash back to Saturday and what a great atmosphere that Robinson and Lakeside had to play in. both those schools represented well, and then a wild contest Saturday night with Greenwood and Shiloh Christian. I mean, it's the best Arkansas high school football has to offer, and those two teams, or 4 teams, really put on a show.
With 3A and 4A coming up this weekend, is this where you expect it to be with the remaining teams?
Yeah, I think so. Mansfield's probably been one of the most dominant teams all season long. They and Salem, who they met last Friday in the semifinals of the defending state champion. A lot of people had that one kind of penciled in when the bracket came out. Really not surprised to beat Charleston at home on a 2-point conversion that was ruled no good, but a late penalty flag came in, had another try that wins at 36-35 in overtime. And then to put up 28 points on a Mayflower team that was giving up just 8 or 9 all season long was impressive. And then they beat Boonville, perennial power last week in the semifinals, gutted it out, found a way to win that football game. So, Fordyce and Mansfield have been 2 really, really good teams all season long. So can't say that you're surprised that they're there. And you think about the 4A game, and those 2 teams have been the best teams all year. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know Arkadelphia was the defending state champion, but it really was Elkins Dardanelle, really from week 1. They played each other way back when, 14-10 score that Dardanelle found a way to get it done. They've been ranked number 1 essentially all year. Elkins has been number 2 or 3 all season long, and they hammered Stuttgart, put up 55 points on the road last week. So, to answer your question, Joe, I think it probably is the 2 best teams in both classifications playing for the title.
And you look at Elkins, their playoff road. I mean, first of all, you had Southside, who was in the semifinals last year, and then Arkadelphia, the defending state champs, who beat them last year. And then to go to Stuttgart, undefeated, and I mean that's a heck of a run for Elkins the last 3 weeks.
No, it really is. And you mentioned Southside. I mean, that's a lot tougher game than a lot of people realize. You mentioned that their run to the semifinals last year. Elkins narrowly edged them there than Arkadelphia. But to me, what they did last week, if you go on the road to, as you mentioned, undefeated Stuttgart and put 55 points on a team that's given up, 13, 14 points a game, really, really impressive. And they're doing it in different ways. They beat Gravitt 21-16. Late in the regular season, they're finding ways to win it defense, 13-10 against Arkadelphia. But when the offense needs to show up, I mean, this is a team that scored 83 points in a game this year. Mm-hmm. I mean, so they can score in bunches if you allow them to. So it's going to be a really interesting test. And, I had a chance to talk to the Dardanelle people at the stadium yesterday. I don't think there's any way this is 14-10 again. I think you're going to have to go out there and score 35 if you're going to win a championship this weekend.
Wow.
So is that the strength of both teams? They're able to put up some points?
Yeah, both of them are. I mean, you look at Creed Vega, 7 rushing touchdowns last week, which ties the state playoff record in a single game. But they also can play defense, and that's what you have to do. And in today's day and age, and I think we had 280 teams score 50 points or more in a contest this year, you still got to find a way to get stops. You can score all you want. I mean, ask Greenwood about it. I mean, last week they scored 50 points. That should win you every football game you ever play. But you've got to find a way to create turnovers. You've got to find a way to get stops, get your offense back onto the field. And both Elkins and Dardanelle can certainly do that.
No doubt about it. You think back to that Greenwood game. The Greenwood goes 3 and out, and Shiloh goes down and scores. Then Greenwood marches down there on the 4-yard line, and they create a turnover at the goal line, go down and score, and it's 14-0. And later on, they get a pick 6. I mean, that was the story of the game. 3 turnovers they forced, and it turned into 21 points for Shiloh Christian, and they win by 20.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it to you guys last week when I was in studio. It's like what Greenwood's always so good at is if you turn the ball over or you punt one time to them, it's over. Well, Shiloh Christian did the exact same thing. You mentioned those 3 possessions. That's the difference in the ball game because if Greenwood goes and scores those 3 times, it's 71-70. I mean, it's crazy to think about that, but all it took was those 3 defensive stops was the difference in the game that had a state record with 120 points combined in it. So you think, they're not playing any defense, but ultimately the defense for Shiloh Christian and those 2 turnovers especially was the difference in the ballgame.
Yeah. Bobby Swafford with us with the AAA. Bobby, I was surprised with the attendance numbers on the Lakeside Joe T game. I thought that was the most well-attended game that we had. And I was surprised, because I was comparing crowds with the Bryant-Bentonville game, and I thought they edged them out.
Ticket sales-wise, it did. It is by far the biggest crowd. Obviously, there's a lot of people who have AAA passes and in different cases that they may not have purchased a ticket to the championship game. But to me, Joe T and what Hot Springs Lakeside did was impressive. I mean, that was probably the best atmosphere in person that we've had in a couple of years. It always helps when you've got two teams that are centrally located like that. The schools from Northwest Arkansas sometimes, especially when it's cold or a chance of rain, may sit back and watch it on PBS, which, of course, you and I appreciate because that means they're listening to us. But they may not want to go out there and battle the elements. But, yeah, that was an awesome atmosphere, great crowd. And I don't know what the estimated attendance was, but I'd say there was easily between 10, 12, 14,000 people there.
How about for 7A and this run that Bryant has been on in most recent years?
It's dominant. You have to put them in the conversation with one of the greatest runs in state history, regardless of classification. And then you add the fact that it's the largest classification. When so much, transfers and coaches changing jobs and things like that in today's high school football, it really is impressive to see them continue to go out there and put not only a championship product out there, but a dominant product. And sure, injuries for Bentonville was a big reason why the game was as lopsided as it was, but you still have to give a lot of credit to Bryant for getting it done. You're talking 7 championships in 8 years at the largest classification. We haven't seen anything like that really since the 40s and 50s with Little Rock High, which is now Little Rock Central, and then what Barton did at the smaller classifications in the 80s and 90s. It truly is a top 3, historic type of run that they're on.
Bobby Swafford with us with the AAA Mansfield and Fordyce at noon Saturday in the 3A state championship game. What do you think's the key in this game?
It's all about stopping the fullback dive. It's crazy. It's 2025, and Mansfield's undefeated and the best team in the state, scoring 50 points a game by running the flex bone. Burton has set the school record for rushing yards and touchdowns in both a season and a career the last couple of years at Mansfield. What actually an advantage that Fordyce has is, you may go 5 or 6 years and not see anybody who runs a flex bone. They're going to see it on back-to-back weeks. It's almost the identical offense that Boonville runs. So their defense is going to be ready for it. But, it's simple, X's and O's. If you don't stop the fullback dive with Burton and Mansfield, they're going to run it 30 times. And he may run it 300 or 400 yards if you let him do it. So it's pretty plain and simple for there. And on the flip side of things, if you're Mansfield, you got to find a way to stop Big Micah Gamble in the backfield. Stature-wise, he's not real menacing, but he's got offers, Arkansas State, UCA. He's electric when he's got the football in his hands. I got to find a way to get number 1 on the ground if you're a Mansfield defense.
Fordyce, pretty cool story. They lost their quarterback to an ACL injury, and the following week they lost to Lakeside. And it's one of those, head scratchers. Everybody's like, what? Mm-hmm. And, they were without their guy, their quarterback. 21-7 was that score. Comes back, talked to doctors, family talks it over, talked to Coach Rogers, and the dude's been playing with a torn ACL at quarterback with a brace on, and since then all they've done is won every single game. So you think back to it, if the quarterback's healthy, this is probably two undefeated teams playing for the state title.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. That loss to Lake Village back in mid-October. Everybody looks at that. Yeah, no, it's Lakeside, Lake Village, same thing. But you look at that and you think, without that, of course, they're undefeated. But what they've been able to do with a quarterback who can't move and win so many single-possession games. You're talking about a 6-point win against Rising, a 7-point win against McGee, a 1-point overtime win against Charleston, and last week 5 points against Boonville. To do all that without a quarterback and the threat of a quarterback run game kind of tells you what they're built of, what they're made of. And if you watch them play, they call him Cadillac, the quarterback, but he is built like a semi-truck. He is a big, big sophomore quarterback. And he made a throw down the left sideline last week. I was watching the film yesterday, 55 yards and hits the receiver in stride for about a 65-yard touchdown. He's got a cannon of an arm. So if you give him time and you don't make him move in the pocket, they've got a chance to really make you pay in the passing game.
This will be fun. Darnell Elkins, we were talking with Coach Vega, and his son, Creed Vega, scored 7 touchdowns rushing last week in the semifinals. It's a heck of a story with the coach and his son being the quarterback, the linebacker on the team. And we had a lot of those stories this year across the state with the head coach coaching their son. But that's just got to be a special moment for that relationship and the senior class. They've all been hanging it around together at the Vegas house for a long time.
Yeah, and it's a really cool story. Dardanelle is in their championship game for the first time in school history. Traditionally, it's not a program that's had a ton of success. But what Coach Vega's done in about the last decade, I don't know exactly how long he's been there, has been pretty remarkable. At first it happened with his other son, his older son. They had a pretty successful run. But they're scoring points like crazy. 76 in a game earlier this year. They're averaging well over 50 points a game. But they're finding ways to win games when maybe they're not supposed to. They block a field goal against Clinton to preserve that victory earlier in the regular season. You and I have talked about Nikhil Lewis, the running back from Hamburg, sets the state record with 53 rushing touchdowns this year. They found a way to slow him down just enough, and they beat Hamburg in the second round of the playoffs, 35-34. And they scored, 20 unanswered last week against Warren. It really is a cool story. And, you and I have seen so many championship games, and Joe mentioned, the run that Bryant's been. The casual fan likes to see somebody who's not always winning every week. You kind of get a little fatigue from the Bryants and the Bentonvilles and the Greenwoods and the Shilohs of the world. It's nice to see the other guy have a chance to win one. And that's what we've got with Dardanelle and Mansfield. Elkins has never won a state championship. That's what's really cool about this weekend. Now, Fordyce has won 4 titles, and I'm not rooting for Fordyce this weekend, but it's nice to see that school win that first ever state championship because it means so much to these high schools in those communities.
Bobby, we appreciate it. Thank you for coming on, and can't wait to see you Saturday at War Memorial Stadium.
Hey, I appreciate you guys.
It's Bobby Swafford with the AAA joining us. We'll take a break and wrap this first hour up when we come back. Phone lines are open, 661-1037. You can text me at that same number. That's the D3 Auto Sales text line. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Happy holidays from Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. From all of us at Alcoa, we wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. It's the end of the year and New Year auto loan special. Santa's got 3 presents just for you. A 2.026% interest rate, no payments for 90 days, and up to 84 months financing. Offer valid on 2024, 25, and 26 models, both new and refinancing your current auto loan. Apply securely online today at alcoacommunityfcu.org. Proudly serving 15 counties across Central Arkansas.
If you are looking for a safe and loving home for you or your loved one, visit Heartland Rehabilitation and Care Center. Just 15 minutes from Little Rock and Benton, our skilled nursing staff is dedicated to providing quality long-term care and short-term therapy. Visit heartlandrehabcenter.com. You can call Heartland home.
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. And she brought forth her firstborn son and wrapped him in swaddling clothes and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were in the same country shepherds abiding in the field, keeping watch over their flock by night. And lo, the angel of the Lord came upon them, and the glory of the Lord shone about them. And they were sore afraid. And the angel said to them, Fear not, for behold, I bring you good tidings of great joy, which shall be to all people. For unto you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, which is Christ the Lord. Double B's wishes each of you a Merry Christmas. May your holidays be filled with family, friends, food, and the knowledge that God so loved the world that he gave us his only begotten Son. From all your friends at Double B's, Merry Christmas.
Hey folks, Trey Johnson with HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs and now in Paragould. If you're in need of a trailer, truck bed, or truck accessory, come see us at HJ Trailer Sales. We can save you up to 30%. In some cases, that's $5,300 off. Take a look at hjtrailersales.com. From our family to yours, we want to wish you all a Merry Christmas. For a lot of people, this is a hard time of year, but the greatest gift of all is Jesus Christ. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from HJ Trailer Sales in Hot Springs and now Paragould.
Is it just me, or has watching TV gotten way more complicated than it used to be? There are like a million different services, lots of stuff you want to watch, but can never find. And don't even get me started on the bills. Well, thankfully, there's Philo, a better way to TV. For as low as $33 a month, I get the channels I love. MTV, BET, Food Network, you name it. Plus, everything that AMC Plus has to offer. And guess what? They've added access to HBO Max Basic with Ads Plan and Discovery Plus, so I can enjoy all the best TV with one subscription. The best part? There are no contracts, no surprise fees, just one low price. And their DVR is awesome too. I can save everything I love on Philo for up to a year and skip the ads when I rewatch them. A total game changer. I signed up directly at Philo.tv, that's PHILO.tv, so I could lock in the best price around. Philo's the easiest decision I've ever made. Now, the hard one is trying to decide what to binge next.
Unstoppable, unmistakable. Defender is built for those who carve their own path. At Land Rover Little Rock, experience the legendary capability, rugged design, and modern technology that make Defender a true icon. Whether it's city streets or untamed terrain, Defender delivers strength with style. This is more than a drive, it's a mission. Visit Land Rover Little Rock off I-430 and test drive the Defender today. Learn more at LandRoverLittleRock.com.
Hey, it's Chuck the Promo Guy. Join me every Tuesday morning for Check-In with Chuck, brought to you by Hubbard Power Sports Can-Am and Sea-Doo in Russellville, where you can get rates as low as 0.99% on Can-Am ATVs and side-by-sides, and huge end-of-year savings with rebates up to $3,500 plus additional in-store discounts.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
What up, y'all? Yeah, soundtrack, what's poppin', baby? Y'all ain't know, I go by the name of Lupe Fiasco, representing that first and 15. Yeah, and this one right here, I dedicate this one right here to all my homies out there grinding. You know what I'm saying? Legally and illegally.
Back at it. We got Thursday Night Football tonight. Atlanta and Tampa Bay. Brian Edwards will be with us at 3:30 today. See if he has some picks for tonight's game. I bet he has some picks, though, for the NFL.
Oh, yeah. He'll have plenty to go on. They were just showing weather forecasts for some of these upcoming games this weekend. Bengals-Ravens, it's going to be 11 degrees in Cincinnati.
Bengals-Ravens, that's good to know. Let's see here. Bengals are a 2.5-point road, a home dog.
And
52 points. But, you know, sometimes in those snow games or cold weather games, you do get a lot of offense.
Browns-Bears, 12 degrees in Chicago.
All right, Browns-Bears. Pull up those odds. Oh, I missed it. Browns-Bears.
And you have to know with temps like that, wind is going to be a factor in those games, and the ball will sail on you at times. So interceptions, turnovers, they're going to be key in both those games.
I did see a tweet from out of Miami talking about the weather in Pittsburgh Monday night.
Yeah.
It's going to be cold, nasty, maybe some snow showers. And Tua's record, apparently when they played the Jets last week, the weather got above 40 degrees at kickoff. And so he's still winless in weather minus or under 40 degrees.
See, I'm just not buying any of that stuff, man.
7, that's a pretty good database when you play 7 games under 40 degrees and you're 0-7.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, by the way, 3.5-point favorite at home, Monday Night Football. Over-under is 42 on Bet Saracen. Cowboys-Vikings, that's the Sunday night game. Cowboys are a 5.5-point favorite. Over-under's 48. Vikings defense, what have they been doing? Because the Cowboys at home usually put up a 30 spot.
They just got a shutout.
That's right, to the Commanders.
Yeah.
That was a mess.
Their defense has a lot of ability there, and Brian Flores is someone who likes to play a lot of zero coverage and blitz quite a bit. So their defense can be tricky to play against, but they've been up and down. One game, they'll look really good. Another game, they don't look so good.
Dak's been really good this year against the blitz. I saw that stat. And you got C.D. Lamb, you got George Pickens. You want to play them man up? You better get to him, because if you don't, those guys are going to get open. He'll throw it up to them.
Yeah, somebody needs to get doubled. Well, what's the status for CD, though?
Have not heard.
So could be without him.
Yep. That's something to keep an eye on for Sunday night for sure.
And the most critical part of this game, though, is that Vikings offense. How are they going to perform? Because there are times where they don't show up at all. And look at the talent they have on that offense.
Did you get to watch the Hard Knocks? Have you started it?
I still didn't get a chance to watch it last night.
They talked a little bit about that in the Vikings Commanders game last week, and the Commanders fell behind, and then they just started going for it on 4th down. You know, they were, you know, they weren't even thinking about kicking a field goal. They just tried to stay aggressive. They needed to score touchdowns.
Especially after Jaden Daniels left the game, too.
And they just didn't convert on fourth down, just time after time after time. Carolina, New Orleans, we know the weather will be great inside the Dome. New Orleans, it's only a 2.5-point spread. Carolina favored by 2.5 at New Orleans.
When you go on the road, though, in a division game, those are tough wins to come by.
I'd like to say it's the Saints, though. But they won last week against Tampa Bay. Green Bay did Denver. What an awesome game. Any snow in Denver? Chance of snow?
Those were
the only
two
ones?
of the. Well, they featured another game, Bills Patriots, but the weather there is not going to be as low. It's going to be like 30.
Wow.
So the others, you're talking 11 and 12 degrees. It's going to be 30.
Green Bay is a 2-point favorite at Denver.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah. Detroit at Los Angeles Rams. Rams are a 6-point favorite at home. Seems like a little bit too much for me.
It does.
I know there's going to be a lot of Detroit fans there in L.A. That's a 3:25 game.
How many of them are going to play in the game, though?
They're going to be loud, Joe. They're going to be disruptive.
How many are going to get on the field?
Stafford's going to have to go to a silent count.
You know what? They actually will get on the field because they get those field access passes. So there'll be some fans on the field.
Hey, our boy Phillip Rivers. Still haven't heard, have we? Is he starting? Have we heard anything?
Haven't heard anything official.
Okay. Colts at Seattle. Bet Saracen has Seattle a 13.5-point favorite.
I was thinking 10.
Another big spread. Tennessee at San Francisco. 49ers, 12.5-point favorite at home.
They should be an even bigger favorite, you would think.
Here's another double-digit spread. Arizona at Houston. Texans are a 10-point favorite at home. And another big spread. Jets at Jacksonville. Jacksonville is a 13-point favorite over the Jets.
Based on how Jets looked last week, that seems like that would be an easy cover. But you never know. You never know what could happen.
Chargers at the Chiefs.
Chargers, Chiefs. Chargers maybe 2-point favorite?
Chiefs are favored by 5.5.
5.5? Whoa.
Yeah. That one surprised me. Commanders are at the Giants. Giants are a 2-point favorite at home. Baltimore at Cincinnati, talked about. Baltimore's a 2.5-point favorite at Cincinnati. Buffalo at New England. Buffalo is a 1-point favorite at New England. Basically a toss-up. Raiders, Eagles, double-digit spread. Eagles favored
15.
By 11.5. I'd have thought 2 touchdowns, but the Eagles' offense has been so messed up, it's hard to have a huge spread like that. And the over-under in that game, 38.5.
Yeah.
That's a low total. I am looking. I bet it's the lowest of the weekend.
It has to be.
It is. Detroit, L.A., Lions, Rams, over-under, 55. You got one extreme to the other. Yeah, 38. Well, the Eagles' defense is so good, and the Raiders' offense is so bad.
Watch it go over.
And Kenny Pickett starting this week, possibly.
Watch it go over easily.
38. 21-17 is 38 points. That seems – I don't even know if the Raiders can score. Wow.
The Eagles could score 38 themselves.
Yeah, they could.
It could be 38-7.
Mm-hmm. That's funny you say that. I could see that. Offense finally get going. All right, that's a look at some of the odds on Bet Saracen. Let's say here, D3 Auto Sales text line. J-Dub, the guy that keeps calling in and saying Boogie Fland is the best, now I know I was out of pocket, and you probably already talked about it, but what a pitiful, awful performance against UConn. Yeah, he was matched up against Solo Ball, and there's no doubt Solo Ball won that performance, that matchup. Boogie, I think he had 8 points, 1 assist, and then that turnover late in the game once again. I'm not dogging Boogie because he's not a Razorback anymore. It's just he's not one of the best point guards in the country. I even started looking at mock drafts. We're so far away, but 501 says, is CD Lamb cleared to play? Oh, okay, thanks. Yeah, we haven't heard. Today's just Thursday, Friday. I would say that comes out Saturday. That could be a game-time decision, right? Well, with the concussion protocol, he has to be cleared in practice, right?
Yeah.
Does he have to have 2 practices in? or 1. I don't know the rules on that, but we should be hearing something today. Well, the Cowboys.
See, I think how many practices you have to have in is more of a team determination. If they are willing to let a player play, not necessarily for a concussion, but just injury in general. And most of the time, coaches want to see a couple of practices before players return to the field.
All right, this was USA Today 20 hours ago, still in concussion protocol. Looks like nothing has been updated on CeeDee Lamb today. Oh, here's something from – oh, you think this is reliable? The Times of India, 27 minutes ago. Cowboys hint at quick recovery as star wide receiver works through concussion protocol ahead of the game.
Oh, yeah, run with it.
Yeah, there's nothing from today. So I'm guessing they haven't finished up practice today.
Unless it's Ian Rappaport or Adam Schefter.
Or it's the big dude on Fox. It's always breaking
Jordan
news.
Schultz.
No.
Not Jordan.
On Fox, on their Sunday show. Little short dude, MMA guy.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name?
Yeah. Oh, gosh, I can see his face if you wouldn't have asked.
He's always breaking stuff.
No, he is. What made me laugh about it is they always make fun of him on Pat McAfee. They always make fun of him and Pete Thamel, the way they talk.
Oh.
They always
Ruthless.
There's somebody that will kind of do an impression of both those guys. Jay Glazer.
Yeah, thank you. JW also says, "What's your grade right now with the hire of assistant coaches and position coaches in the recruits? Well, they aren't really in recruits. Well, except for the ones they had on signing day. It was great that they got the 4 in-state to flip and got the ones that were already committed to go ahead and sign. This is going to be a portal class. I was talking with a guy who does the Memphis Tigers coaches show today. And he was talking about last year's portal class at Memphis. And he's like, if it can give Arkansas any hope, they had like 70 guys in the portal last year. And he was able to get them to come in and all buy in and play together. And, when the first playoff committee ranking show came out, and I've forgotten this, Memphis was the group of 5. They were the one in. And then they unfortunately had the terrible finish to the season, losing 3 straight. He said there for a while, he had those guys, all those portal guys playing really well together. Had a couple, injury to the quarterback that hurt them.
Well, the thought was once they beat Arkansas, they pretty much had a clear path.
Except for they had to go through the AAC.
Yeah.
That gauntlet. Couldn't get it done. But great on the coaches. I'd like Ron Roberts. He's not that flashy, big-name hire, but when you look into him and start hearing what other coaches think of Ron Roberts and how they study his defense to pick up some pointers, it's all now about X's and O's and getting the guys that he wants to help coach that defense. And he's doing that right now. It appears that the guys that they've brought in all have some experience with that defense. And I like the fact that they may be going out and hiring more assistant coaches this year. It appears that way anyway, when you have already 2 offensive line coaches and 3 coaches in the secondary. So it's not your traditional staff that we've seen at Arkansas in years past. I still want to get an in-state guy, somebody with in-state ties.
That'd be great.
I think it's very important. They need that coach that knows every high school coach in the state, the assistant coaches, that has contacts, that can work the state. What else they need? I'd like a big-time defensive line coach. So, what if they got some extra money like they're supposed to, go get a big-time defensive line coach.
How about some big-time defensive linemen?
Yeah, that would be big. That would be very important, Joe. Go Texas Tech on them. Go spend $4 million on the portal on the defensive line. That'll change a program. All right, we'll take a break. Richard Davenport's coming up after the Racer Hog update. Hour number 2's next.
Howie, it is Christmas time, and how is Robert Irwin Jewelers going to make it stress-free for everyone?
All you got to do is get to Robert Irwin Jewelers. We've got great gift ideas.
Like what?
How about this? You get down on one knee, you open up a box, and inside is a 5.5 carat hidden halo engagement ring for only $49.99. You'll get a yes, and you'll be engaged.
Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices. Robert Irwin Jewelers or online at rijewelers.com.
While supplies last, now open Sundays.
Christmas isn't about what's under the tree. It's about making every moment special. Building memories that outlast the wrapping paper. Making the most of every acre. Teaching the next generation right. That's why Greenway is rolling out weekly offers on the gear that keeps you running and the John Deere gift that makes their eyes light up. This year, give a gift built for all things special to you.
Tune in every Monday night at Strategy. By
Mayhem and the Buzz, part of your day. Happy holidays from all of us at Morning Mayhem.
Arkansas State Police have been asked to look into a complaint against Mayor Terry Hartwick. The city released a statement saying in part, quote, the city of North Little Rock and Mayor Hartwick have been made aware of a complaint filed with ASP regarding an interaction at a public event. Mayor Hartwick is fully cooperating with authorities, end quote. Arkansas State Police and North Little Rock officials did not give details into what the investigation was regarding. We will update you as soon as we know more. And the Arkansas State University System president is resigning. He's accepted a role of president at Eastern Michigan University. Dr. Brendan Kelly was ASU's system president for a little over a year. He's now taking on the president job at his alma mater. Kelly will stay on with ASU until February 12th. The Board of Trustees chair says they are working on a plan to prepare a smooth transition. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm KRK's Jessica Rockwell.
Catch the Buzz on all our social media platforms presented by Luxury Pool and Spa in Conway and Russellville. It's hot tub season at Luxury Pool and Spa. Online at LuxuryPoolArkansas.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
Mostly sunny today with a high of 57 this afternoon and a southerly wind up to 15 miles per hour. Tonight, mostly clear, a little bit of a breeze overnight and not too terribly cold. We'll have a low of 41. Friday, we'll get up to 62 degrees, but a cold front coming through will start making it colder for the weekend. For the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Fletcher Dodge wants to buy your car. We'll buy any make or model, and we'll pay you more than anyone else. Please, turn your old car into cash at Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood.
Tune in weekdays to The Zone for What's on Tap, presented by Flyway Brewing in North Little Rock. Each day during the week, we'll let you know what you can be listening to and looking for in the world of sports and entertainment on the Buzz, television, and everywhere else you tune in. What's on Tap, brought to you by Flyway Brewing. Fresh beer starts here. Follow the migration. It's all on your fun and game station, 103.7 The Buzz.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. We're in the big eating season when temptations are going to come at you from family, friends, and TV ads. Not to worry. You've got an ally in Central Arkansas, the Little Rock Athletic Club or the Little Rock Racquet Club, both offering 50% off the joining fee from now till December 31st. Better to save big than get big. And oh, the variety of exercises you'll enjoy with your Little Rock Athletic Club or Racquet Club. In 2026, people will witness the fitness.
This is Chris Roberts with Southern Bank. Your financial journey is unique to you. That's why we offer a variety of personal checking and savings accounts designed to work for your goals. Whether you're looking for low fees or great rewards, choosing the right checking account is easy at Southern Bank. Our products can help you save for your first home, a family vacation, or a college education. And just as important, at competitive rates. To learn more about our personal banking option, visit bankwithsouthern.com, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Hi, I'm Steve Edwards Jr. with Edwards Food Giant and Edwards Cash Saver. Christmas season is upon us, and with that comes all the typical hustle and bustle of the holidays. This Christmas, as you hang your stockings and sip the hot chocolate, take a moment to celebrate the true reason for the season. Love, hope, and joy brought to us on that first Christmas night. Share kindness, offer forgiveness, and embrace the love that came to us that holy night. From the entire team at Edwards, we want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Want to thank the folks out at Toy Troopers for hosting Roger and As tomorrow, I want to thank Joe Klein and RJ Hawk for stopping by. Also want to thank Mark May, Darren McFadden, and Melinda Mayo for joining the show today. The boys are back tomorrow at Oaklawn as racing season begins. 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on 103.7 The Buzz. Get the whole scoop. It's Morning Mayhem.
ESPN Radio Extra Point with Ian Fitzsimmons.
The whole Kalen DeBoer thing, I don't get. But I do know this, and I know this for a fact. There are head coaches in college football, and I guarantee you there are a couple of coaches in the NFL that are looking at Michigan. Really? Michigan's open? That is a brand that resonates, and it is one of the best logo jobs in all of sports. And I'm not talking about just college football. I'm talking about also the NFL. And so I promise you, the Michigan Wolverines are going – there will be a monster name that will be hired by Michigan because of what just happened in this whole Sharon or whatever this damn thing is.
Hi there. Surprise.
30 for 30 presents Booyah.
Can I get a witness from the congregation?
You can't stop authenticity.
Booyah!
Stuart was exactly like you saw him on camera, off camera. He dialed it up 10%.
Can you imagine the impact of young black boys and girls looking at that going, I feel seen?
He changed the culture. He changed sports. Stream Booyah right now on the ESPN app.
Getting more as a MyLowe's Pro Rewards member is easier than ever with the Lowe's app. Download it today and earn 500 points the first time you log in. Plus, your digital wallet helps you scan, save, earn, and access what you need to manage it all in one place. Download the Lowe's app and take advantage of your Pro benefits today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid 12/1/25 through 1/7/26. Offer valid for first login per organization only. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Additional restrictions apply. Visit Lowe's.com/terms for more details. Subject to change.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studio, this is Out of Bounds with Wes Moore and Joe Franklin on 103.7 The Buzz.
All right, time for your Razor Hog update. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin with you. Well, they got Arkansas and Texas Tech tomorrow. No, Saturday. Wish it was Friday.
Getting a
So
day
Thursday.
ahead.
Yeah, trying to get a jump on things. Saturday, 11 o'clock, early game. 11 a.m. in Dallas. ESPN2. Number 16, number 17. Chance for a quality win for Arkansas. You got to feel Texas Tech's going to be one of those teams at the end of the year. They've got a good team. That'll be a quality win for Arkansas. Be nice to get that. I did see Fernando Carmona Jr. was up for he was a finalist in the I think it's the Hispanic Player of the Year in football, in college football.
He should be.
Yeah.
He should be. He did a great job this season.
Yeah, he made a little tweet about that and saw the university put something out. That was awesome. Maybe he was in Mexico when he got that news. Be a little irony there. Got to check in with Fernando here soon and see how he's doing. No other news to report. But Arkansas did pick up another defensive back coach, a guy that was with Silverfield at Memphis, coached at A&M, been around, but third defensive back coach, safety / cornerback coach that they've picked up. And then I know I've got another hit on the D3 Auto Sales text line. I guess the rumor is running rampant out there. Maybe it's on a message board somewhere, but linking Nathan Brown to Arkansas, but I can tell you there's nothing official to that. I've been checking into it, and
that would be great if it happens.
I think so too. I'd hate to see him leave, the UCA if it does happen, but I think he would be. I mean, that just fits the description we were just talking about. Somebody that they need somebody on that staff that knows Arkansas high school football, that knows the state. And you think about with Nathan Brown being from here and being at UCA all these years and recruiting the state for UCA.
Someone who's played it and coached it on a high level.
Yeah. And look, he was, got to start as a quarterback coach under Clint Conk. Was a heck of a quarterback coach. Then took over play calling duties and then moved up to head coach. But to reiterate, nothing official on that. And I've been calling around, and right now I don't know where it came from, where the rumor has started, but obviously it's out there to have that many people hitting us up on the D3 Auto Sales text line. They're hearing it out there somewhere. But just to clarify it, not to spread the rumor, because all it is right now is a rumor. There is nothing confirmed on that for you. All right, let's go ahead and get RD on here, and we'll talk a little recruiting with Richard. We've got to talk about the number of coaches that can get out on the road. We had that question earlier. Seems like Arkansas may be hiring a bigger staff than they have previously, and maybe that's where some of that money that they talked about, that Hunter Yurachek said that they would have more resources and that they would be able to hire and spend more on a staff. It may not be specifically one particular coach getting a bunch of money. It just may mean bringing in more coaches. So we'll get RD in here. We can talk about the portal dates. That came up, that question too, and a whole host of questions for Richard besides just recruiting, because right now, after signing day, it's slowing down a little bit. I guess they can still be working on some guys for the February signing period, the late signing period. Maybe want a couple more additions there, see who's out there available, but let's bring him in. What's up, Richard? How are you?
Hey, buddy. Not bad, not bad.
Hey, I had this question that came up earlier today. How many coaches can you have on a staff that can go out and recruit?
As far as I know, 10. Things obviously change, especially the last 3, 4, 5 years, but as far as I know, it's still 10.
It seems like, though, they're with 2 offensive line coaches, with now 3, secondary coaches, the DB or safeties or whatever. Maybe they're planning on having a larger staff this year than your typical staff where, you have an OC, a DC, a special teams coordinator, offensive line coach, running back coach, tight end coach, then the defensive line coach, a linebacker coach, maybe a safety coach, and a cornerback coach. Maybe they're going to have a bigger staff. That's what some of the resources that Hunter Yurachek was talking about, having – for more coaches, and maybe it's not, paying one coach a significant amount of money or several. Maybe it's just bringing in more coaches, period.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Excuse me. You should be able to find out at the end of the day, FOI, the salaries, and because I think last year's assistant coaches pool was about 6.1 million. Be interested to see how much more that this is going to be, and we may have an idea of just the type of increase that we may be seeing with the football program, as far as staffing, everything, support staff. Obviously assistant coaches' salary pool and recruiting staff, and just everything that Hunter's kind of mentioned that was going to be addressed, and it appears that they're going in that direction.
That's definitely one of the areas that they needed to improve, just the willingness to spend money overall. And Richard, you actually dug into some of that and did a report on how behind Arkansas was when it came to spending money, whether it was coaches, players, support staff, just in general for their football program.
It was first wrote about it in August, and then I had a follow-up in September, and August is really kind of focused on the recruiting staff. They had like 5. Coach Pittman had 5 members staffers in recruiting, which only Vanderbilt had 5, and everybody else had above that. Basically double or triple that. Tennessee had 17 staffers in recruiting. I think they were the tops in the SEC, and like I said, Arkansas had 5. So that especially in this day and age of the portal and everything like that, that was bare minimum, and it was tough on the staff to try to keep up when everybody else is manning you as far as personnel.
Richard, how many guys can be on the – can those guys, extra guys, those 5 extra staffers be on the field, coaching, be there on game day? Is there a limit to that?
Yeah, I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. Again, like I said, the last 3, 4, 5 years, so many rules have changed, and but I don't think that's the case. But we'll continue to check on that.
It goes back to kind of that Alabama blueprint that was laid out there, where Nick Saban would have a number of advisors, and then you saw it kind of pick up not only in conference but throughout college football altogether. And now this is the norm.
Yeah, excuse me. Just go back to Coach Petrino's staff. He had, and you look at what he had versus what Brett Bielema. Brett Bielema was the first coach to have a bigger staff as far as numbers. Coach Petrino, he had his assistant coaches, 2 GAs, and then had a off the field recruiting coordinator. Tim Horton was obviously the running backs coach, and it was the recruiting coordinator. But you had an on campus recruiting coordinator. You had a high school relations director. That was Dean Campbell. Dan Kabbalah was the on-campus recruiting coordinator. You had Mark Robinson, who's now the general manager of Georgia. He was kind of like, I guess you could say, general manager of Arkansas at the time, but it was under a different title. And there might have been one other. I'm trying to think, but that's all you had. That's the entire staff. So you had probably about 15 people total. Well, now, I mean, I think I counted Ole Miss had like 14 analysts just alone.
Wow.
This past year. And so, but anyway, the numbers that Arkansas has as far as support staff and recruiting staff was at the very bottom of the SEC. So again, it's going to be interesting to see the final list of people in recruiting and support staff.
You have any idea what average salary is for some of these support staff members?
I had that, I think, in the August or September story that I did, and I'm trying to think. It was around 78,000, I think. I'm just trying to think of off the top of my head, and that was lower tier of the SEC for sure. I remember the director of player personnel, Devon Hubbard. He left Arkansas, I think, right before the season. And he was making about 100, 110, something like that. And he basically doubled his salary at Auburn when he left. So, again, Arkansas was just, it was astonishing how far behind they were and how the cash cow, the football program makes the most money of any of all the sports, and how you could not fund your football program any better than what Arkansas did. It just blows me away.
Got Richard Davenport with us, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. Since the early signing period is over, are they focusing now on the February signing period? Is that what they're, maybe pick up a couple more guys there?
Well, they can, and I'm sure they're probably have somewhat of a plan there, but their main focus right now is the portal. they're getting they're looking at guys that are jumping into the portal right now. Not officially. People, you can say you're going to enter the portal. So what you do there, you analyze them and you look at their film and make a decision whether or not to pursue them. Once the portal opens January 2nd, but this is a wild, wild west. I'm not saying Arkansas is doing this, but there's kids that are going to announce that January 2nd where they're going. There's already communication going between parties, schools, with agents, maybe directly with the kids, because there's really no one in college football or athletics right now that's really scared of the NCAA or any enforcement agency that may come after them in the future if they have a little bit more teeth. But you're really focused on the portal and evaluating. I know that they've already evaluated some and decided to pass, but they're continuing. And I'm sure that there's guys that they know about that's eventually going to announce that they're going into the portal, or they jump into the portal January 2nd when it opens, that they already know about, and probably are making plans to go forward when that time comes.
Is that when you expect the biggest numbers, not necessarily leading up to it, but right when it opens, or maybe a couple of days before it opens? That's when we'll hear more about players announcing that they are going into the portal.
I tend to think of between now and January 2nd, it's going to be spread out. Could there be a little bit more heavy flow of announcements leading up to the last few days, leading up to January 2nd? Yeah, possibly, but I think it's a good idea. If you're a kid now, unless you already know where you want to go and you already kind of have a deal in place, which, hey, let's face it, that's happening right now, like I was previously saying. You need to get out there and kind of get your name out there. Excuse me. Let your agents start communicating with schools, kind of have an idea of what your market value is, and then kind of, let's face it, play each school against one another. Say, well, Arkansas is offering $200,000. What can you give us? I mean, that's just the way it is.
Yeah, free agency doesn't technically open until January 2nd, but it's open right now. It's working.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, why be scared about what the College Sports Commission, that all 68 teams in Power 4 conferences had to agree and sign to allow them to have the the enforcing powers, and not everybody did that. So there's really, it's kind of like going into a small little town, and the police department kind of has no say, or no authority to enforce laws, and that's basically what you're seeing right now.
The portal is January 2nd until what?
16th.
Okay, so we got basically
2 weeks.
2 weeks, to get it done. Last year, Memphis, I think, signed like around 70 is what I was told, guys out of the portal. You see that happening?
I think it was around 78.
Yeah.
I think it was 78. But which makes sense, especially for a program like Memphis. Obviously, from what I understand, they had one of the best NIL situations, money for the roster of the Group 5, but still, it probably doesn't compare to most of the Power 4 schools. So schools like Arkansas and other SEC schools and Power 4 schools are going to be able to go in there and offer a little bit more money. So you're probably going to, you're a Group of 5, you're going to have quite a few more guys leaving. It's going to be interesting to see how many kids leave from Arkansas. Some of it will be they're encouraged to leave. Some of it will be Arkansas They may not see the same value that Coach Pittman and his staff saw in a particular kid. For instance, Wes Moore, running back, Coach Pittman and them paid him $200K, and you're only going to offer him $100K. So that kid may say, "Well, I'm worth more than that. I'm going to get in the portal." So there's so many different reasons why a kid will jump into the portal right now. It's not all what it used to be, like playing time and stuff like that. Some of that is still true, but a lot of it is money related, whether or not the current school is willing to meet the demands of their agent.
You think Arkansas will be in the market for a quarterback or a backup quarterback or somebody to compete with KJ?
Yeah, I think you'll see another quarterback come on campus. I do, and the thing is that KJ Jackson, and I'm sure Coach Silverfield is, told him that. If that's the case, I don't know that 100%, but KJ Jackson is not afraid of competition, and a very mature young man who was raised right, and he's going to, obviously he's already announced that he's going to be stay as a Razorback, but he knows the competition's going to be whether at Arkansas or anywhere else, and he really likes being at Arkansas, so obviously that's why he's staying.
Richard, appreciate it. Thank you for coming on board, and we will talk to you next Thursday. Richard Davenport from the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette, WholeHogSports.com. When we come back, Butch Jones, head coach of the Red Wolves, will join us 1 week away from playing in the Xbox Bowl. Catch up with him next. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Tune in every Friday morning to hear Danny West from hogsports.com on Morning Mayhem. Brought to you by HJ Trailer Sales. They've got truck beds and utility trailers for every type of job and a service facility for maintenance and repair. Local folks with great products. Visit them online at hjtrailersales.com or in person at 808 Albert Pike in Hot Springs.
This is Sports Center.
In Major League Baseball yesterday, the rich got richer as the Los Angeles Dodgers signed closer Edwin Diaz, who many consider to be the best in baseball. Diaz had a 1.63 ERA with 28 saves in 2025 with the Mets. He and Josh Hader are the only players ever to receive 3 Reliever of the Year awards. Tonight in college basketball, 4th-ranked Iowa State will be hosting Iowa at 7 on FS1. The Cyclones come into the matchup at 9-0, while the Hawkeyes are 8-1. Iowa State is coming off a big win over then number 1 ranked Purdue. Missouri will be the only SEC team in action tonight as they host Alabama State at 7 on SEC Network Plus. And in women's basketball, the Little Rock Trojans will travel to Norman to take on 9th-ranked Oklahoma at 6 on SEC Network Plus. Radio coverage for the game can be heard on 106.7 Buzz 2. I'm Christian Weaver with the Buzz Radio Network.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did? Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
For insurance that fits just right, find a shelter agent near you.
See shelter agent Angie Collins in Heber Springs, Michelle Herring in Whitehall, or Jonathan Stone in Lone Oak today.
I'm Alan LeVar. For 25 years, my team and I have helped injury victims across Arkansas. This is our home. We don't work for insurance companies, we work for you. Car crash, truck wreck, motorcycle collision. We know how to win, and if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. Your consultation is always free and confidential. Hurt in the car? Call LeVar. Arkansas strong for 25 years and ready when you need us. LeVar Law. Arkansas built, Arkansas trusted.
Hi folks, it's Chris Zender here at Frank Fletcher Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sherwood. When you're in the market for a new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram, we hope you give us a chance to earn your business. Here's some things to consider. Fletcher Dodge has been family-owned dealer here in Sherwood for over 25 years. We know how to take care of our customers to keep them coming back. Every Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram dealer pays the same price for their vehicles. It's the dealer that makes the difference. We'll give you the best deal up front. No haggling, no arguing. We make it easy to buy a new vehicle, and we'll pay you more for your trade-in. Compare our deal to anybody's, and you'll buy from us. Come see us today for the deal of a lifetime on new Dodge Chrysler Jeep or Ram. At Frank Fletcher Dodge, you always get the best price, the lowest finance rate, and more for your trade. And we promise you a hassle-free buying experience. We want to be your dealer for life. Shop Fletcher Dodge in Sherwood before you buy anywhere else. Just tell us what you're looking for and we'll make you a deal. Come see us in person at Fletcher Dodge on Warden Road in Sherwood or shop online at FletcherDeals.com.
Southland Casino Hotel presents a Harlem Gatsby New Year's Eve. Velvet and Vice meets Flappers, Feathers, Fortune, and live entertainment all night long. Wednesday, December 31st from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. 25 winners will share $16,000 free play or cruise into 2026 in a BMW X3. Then, January 1st through 3rd, the $1 Million New Year roars. 75 hourly winners share $75,000 free play. And at 10 p.m., 15 winners will be selected to receive free play for a year. Only at Southland. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help, quitting, call 800-522-4700.
When there's work to do, ground to break, and a reputation to uphold, you need the powerful, durable Kubota RTVX, North America's #1 selling diesel utility vehicle. Right now, bring home select Kubota equipment for 0 down, 1.99% APR for up to 36 months, or save $300.
Visit your local River Valley Tractor dealer or online at rivervalleytractor.com.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile.
It's beautiful, it's bittersweet. You're like a broken home to me. I take a shot of memories and black out like an empty street. I fill my days with the way you walk and fill my nights with broken dreams. I make up lies inside my head like one day you'll come back to me. Now I'm not holding on, not holding on. I'm just afraid to show gone. Not holding on.
All right, welcome back. We got Butch Jones calling in just a few minutes. Speaking of A-State, here's some interesting news. We speculated about this, but Matt Zenitz is reporting Southern Miss is expected to name Blake Anderson as their next head coach. CBSSports.com reporting that. Remember, Charles Hoff left Southern Miss to go to Memphis. He was introduced yesterday, and Coach Anderson apparently not following him to Memphis as his OC. He's going to stick around to be the head coach at Southern Miss.
Great opportunity for him to get back to being a head coach.
It is. Obviously, Southern Miss had a nice season this year, and Charlie Huff parlayed that into the Memphis job. Now, looks like Coach Anderson's back as a head coach at Southern Miss. That's awesome. Good for him.
Always thought of Southern Miss as being a bigger program than Memphis, but maybe that's flipped in recent years.
Well, we just heard Richard Davenport talking about the money that Memphis had. May have been the most in the AAC, and that's think of the FedEx money, maybe?
Yeah.
Could
money is a driving factor for sure.
It makes that job more attractive. Got some notes from Arkansas State as they get ready for the Xbox Bowl, taking on Missouri State. Petrino's old team making it into a bowl game. 12th team in FBS history to have 3 one-point victories in a year. Remember all those close games A-State was winning? Won 3 straight road games for the first time since 2015, so first time in a decade to win 3 straight road games. How about this? The only team in the country to start 1-4 and make a bowl game. Talk about digging yourself a hole, 1-4, and finish 5-2 and get to a bowl game. It wasn't looking good for A-State early in the year. Get off to a rough start.
That does show great coaching and players, hard work on their part for being able to overcome that start and get bowl eligible. And they played their best ball towards the end of the season.
Well, one of the notes, there was a young team, a new team. They only had 18 guys that are leaving, 11 grads and 18 total grads on the roster. 47 players have made their Arkansas State debut this year, including 23 of those guys making their first start. So that's a lot of new guys on the team and making starts. Also on TV a lot. I realized it, but I didn't realize how many times. 7 nationally televised games, ties a school record for Arkansas State. And they were on ESPN, ESPN2, or ESPNU.
That's great for recruiting.
Yeah, it gets their name out there. Oh, they just texted me. 1 second. They're about to call. Okay. Just glad we could get him on here. I didn't know when they were practicing, if they're having afternoon practices or have the day off or whatever. So tried yesterday and didn't work out. And they were like, what about tomorrow? And I'm like, heck yeah, we'll take Coach Jones anytime we can get Coach Jones. Anytime we can get him on here, that's a plus, especially when he's busy getting ready for a bowl game. Number isn't working. I gave him the hotline. Is that hotline not working anymore?
It should be.
All right. Here, I'm going to give you this number. If you'll walk in here, I'll give you Jerry's number. He said he can just use my phone. And we'll just use the Jerry Scott, their media relations guy. Very been around for years and very good to the media. And he said just call his cell and he'll hand the phone to Coach Jones. All right. While we're getting him set up, D3 Auto Sales text line. 417 says, I've heard rumors that we're going after the Texas backup quarterback that's saying he's going to go into the portal. Okay. I feel very confident they're going to go and add another quarterback. Jake says, I'm not concerned on who Silverfield hires as long as it's not an attractive blonde lady. 479 says, no limit on-field coaches, just the number off-campus recruiters. Thank you. Yeah, I think we finally figured that out. 501 says, why are you guys so focused on recruiting Arkansas high school football players? Please explain. I just hate it when you do have a good kid from the state of Arkansas and he leaves. It's hard enough to recruit out-of-state kids. When you got them here in your backyard, you need to keep them. And that's for all the programs. All right, let's bring him in now. Butch Jones, head coach of the Arkansas State Red Wolves, 1 week away from the Xbox Bowl. What's up, Coach? How are you?
How we doing, guys?
Fantastic.
Great.
I love this game for y'all. Get to go to Dallas. That's an easy trip, or Frisco. And then you're playing inside the Ford Center. They're the Cowboys' indoor facility, workout facility. I just think this is a win-win for Arkansas State.
It is. The best thing about it is a thing called climate control after what we went through at App State. But it's going to be a great venue. It's going to be a great bowl game, and really excited for our fans. And then I think on top of that, it just adds to kind of the storylines of the season for us. In another national television appearance, which we've had 7 nationally televised games either on ESPN, ESPN2, or ESPNU, and it's the only game on top, at that time, and really the only game on during the entire day. So, another great opportunity to showcase Arkansas State, the state of Arkansas, and our entire community.
Coach, there were a number of games that you needed down the stretch to get to this position, get bowl eligible, and you had some close wins. What were key in some of those close wins where you're able to find a way to win?
Yeah, it's a great question, and I've never been through, in all my years of coaching, I've never been through a year like this. And to kind of summarize things up, we're only the 12th team in the history of the FBS to have 3 one-point victories in one season. And so when you look at it, starting the season 1-4 and then going 5-2 in our last 7 games is remarkable. Nobody else in college football has been able to do that this year. So I think it speaks volumes of our character, our competitive character, our belief in the program. But I think it's also keeping things in perspective. Our conference, or our non-conference schedule, was ranked the most difficult of any program in the group of 6. When you look at the Arkansas, Iowa State, everyone talked about Kennesaw State. Well, we found out they're a pretty darn good football team. They're now a 10-3 football team with losses to Indiana, Wake Forest. So again, and they're a conference champion. So when you look at it, we knew that it was top heavy, in terms of the 2 Power 4 programs and a program that had really changed their team through the transfer portal. And for this team to really be able to do what they've been able to do, it's been remarkable. And then you just spoke about the 1-point victories, and coming off the devastation of losing the 1-point victory against Louisiana in terms of the final play of the game. So I just can't say enough about our perseverance and our resolve and our overall belief system.
How'd you do that? I mean, 1-4 wasn't looking good. To keep them engaged and to turn it around, was there a key moment for you?
Yeah, there was, and that's a great point. And when you really look at it, we're going 1-4, and we're playing Texas State at home, which was the team that was picked not only to win our side, but win the entire Sun Belt Conference, and one of the most dynamic and explosive offenses coming into Centennial Bank Stadium. And I really think that was the turning point. When you really look at the management of the game, we had the give-up play at the end where we let them score. Then they missed the extra point, and then we drive the length of the field with about a minute left in the game. And, Jalen Rayner scores with 6 seconds left. And I think that really started a belief system. I think within that stretch, too, we won three road games, and that hasn't been done here in a while. In really difficult venues of going on the road at South Alabama, at Troy, and then obviously the game of the magnitude that we had a few weeks ago at App State. 2 programs fight for the same thing. They were like 126 and 23 at home, so they don't lose at home, and then the elements as well. So when you really look at it and you look at that stretch, but I think the pivotal moment was when we beat Texas State. And I think the other thing, when you look at it, 70 newcomers, and I want to say 10 out of 11 starters on defense for us right now weren't even in spring football. Wow. So I think it also took time for our kids to gel, and then it's a tribute to them to not quitting and continuing to fight and work every single day.
Coach, what's next year look? I know with the portal and stuff, you're already talking to these guys. Do you think you can keep a lot of these guys around for another year?
Well, that's a great question. The concerning thing about the portal right now is a lot of players view it as graduation, where you're going from middle school to high school. And, a lot of these individuals now get representation and they get agents, and, a lot of the information they're giving them are very false negatives. And so I've been in the process of, meeting with a lot of our current players. And, there's also some individuals in our program, just like any other program, that probably needs to move forward with another opportunity somewhere else. So you really don't know. And then on top of that is the portal don't open till January 2nd. So you're away from these players for a while, so you don't know who's kind of putting ideas in their minds. But you have to adapt, you have to adjust, and we have basically 18 different plans in recruiting in our roster management. And then you look at the stress of really building your team in 12 days with the transfer portal. And the crazy thing is you really don't know these individuals. You're bringing them on your campus, and most of these official visits for the transfer portal window, the most they probably last is less than 24 hours. So you really don't know from a competitive character standpoint. You try to do your due diligence, but you really don't know what you're getting until you get them. That's why, we've kind of taken the approach that we're still going to sign a bunch of high school players. I believe we signed 20 last week. And, we're going to continue to try to develop our younger players. But, there's so many different schools of thought. You bring a high school player in, if you develop them, well, that means they played well, and they'll probably leave your program in 1 to 2 years. If you bring a high school player in and he doesn't develop in a few years, he's probably going to leave anyways, because the perseverance, the resolve, the instant gratification, each player grows and develops differently, just like our own kids. And a lot of those, individuals kind of get discouraged and they leave. Where if they would have stayed probably one more year in your program, you would have had the opportunity where they would have been ready to play. So, each program has a different philosophy behind it. but we're always going to start with high school and then venture to. We signed more junior college players this year, 6 than we've ever had, and probably the most in my career, just because you really don't know what's coming down the pipe with the portal.
Coach, there's a certain excitement about playing this game against Missouri State there in Frisco at the Cowboys facility. What about leading up to it, though? Is there anything planned as far as being able to tour that facility and really spend some time there?
Well, we won't be able to really see that facility till game day, but they do have some great events for us, around the Frisco area and Dallas area. And then, of all the bowl games we've been in, we try to do some different things here in the community as well to kind of have a bowl experience at night so our players don't have a lot of idle time. And last night we went and had a great team dinner, and then we had a challenge karaoke session, and just seeing our players interact and the connection was really remarkable. So we'll continue to do some different things here in Jonesboro for them, and then we'll venture to Frisco on Sunday morning, and then we get right into some bowl festivities and all that. But, what I keep stressing to our players is you got to keep the main thing. We want you to have a great time, but we're going there to win the football game. And at the end of the day, there's a formula to winning bowl games, and, you have to be in great physical condition. Obviously special teams dictates a lot of these games, and then just the fundamental approach of ball security and taking the ball away, and and really the team that wants to be there the most. I think that comes into play as well.
Coach, you may not know what a gift package would entail for this game, but being Xbox Bowl, I'm sure every player, if they're all getting Xboxes, that would really be exciting for them.
Well, I tell you this, it's amazing you bring that up, because that is one of the highest anticipated things going, is what's going to be the bowl gift. All I can tell you is the bowl committee has told us it's going to be spectacular and it's going to be one of a kind. So I know our players are looking forward to that.
Are you looking forward? Do you get one of those too?
I do not. Now, we may try to snag whatever they give us for recruiting and kind of have a bowl gift suite here for recruiting. But, all the bowl gifts, which deservingly so, goes to all of our players.
How about playing Missouri State? What do you see out of those guys?
Boy, a really impressive football team, and I think it starts with their quarterback. We're playing an NFL quarterback. They won 7 games this year, and kind of like us, they won 5 games in a row. And they're a team that is well coached, very physical, plays with great effort, and they force you to beat them. And I think that's the compliment in terms of the connection that they play with. They play with an edge when you watch them on video. So this is a high-level quality opponent that we're playing, and they're going to force us to execute on a high level and do little things very, very well, from our footwork to our eyes to our hand placement to how well we tackle to how we sustain blocks. How can we put the ball in play from a quarterback and receiver standpoint? And, they force you to beat them. So, again, playing fundamentally sound football is going to be a premium and a prerequisite to winning this football game.
Are you a Cowboys fan?
I've never really been a Cowboys fan.
We'll let you go.
Respected them just because, but I will tell you this. I have respected their organization and Coach Lacewell. Obviously you got to have a little bit of Cowboy in him when you talk about Coach Lacewell and his legacy here at A-State. I will tell you this, in his passing, I was really impressed. A lot of the Dallas Cowboys administration actually came to Jonesboro, including Jerry Jones and his son as well. So I was able to spend a lot of quality time with the Cowboys organization and Jerry Jones when they came here a few years ago. And I know how much Larry Lacewell meant to that entire organization.
When do y'all go to Frisco?
We leave Sunday morning.
Cowboys play Sunday.
So what you usually...
Cowboys play Vikings. They should be getting y'all tickets.
You know what? I didn't know that. And, we just got so much when we get there, which is exciting. And, this really used to be the Bahamas Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
And so they moved it, and the bowl kind of came together relatively very fast. But again, the way they've approached it, the different venues that our players will experience. And it's going to be a new experience for our players. You know, we've been to Alabama the last few years, and then obviously we have a lot of players from Texas and from the Dallas metropolitan area. So to be able to go there, I know our players are really looking forward to it.
Yeah, Cowboys-Vikings, Sunday night football, in fact. So, man, that would be
Sunday night football.
Sunday
we
night
may
football.
have to give Jerry a call and see what he can do for us.
See if he can come up with a couple of extra 150 tickets or so for everybody.
I'm sure those are easy to find.
Yeah. With the Viking fans, they're going to be traveling this weekend. They're going to be there at AT&T Stadium. Coach, thank you. Best of luck. Go finish the season with a win, and we will talk to you soon.
Well, Merry Christmas. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and just always appreciate the conversation. And for everyone out there, really appreciate your support, and hopefully you'll be at the bowl game, and if not, you'll be watching it on national television. So you guys have a great one, and Wolves up.
See you, Coach. Later. Coach Jones joining us on Out of Bounds. Pretty cool. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll finish up our second hour. We can take a phone call. 661-1037. It's Out of Bounds.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. The Christmas season is upon us, and boy, has it been a year. I think we all could use a little peace of mind and some relaxation. Well, we have the special for you. This gift is so good, it's a 2-hour package for $125. That's it. You can get it for yourself, your husband, your wife, your dog sitter, your in-laws, your boss. Your boss can get it for everybody else. Go to avabelladayspa.com to find out more.
Mike Rowe here with a name everyone should know. Groundworks. The foundation and crawl space repair experts are coming soon to Little Rock. So if you've got a musty crawl space or cracks in your walls, these are the guys to call. And right now, Groundworks is hiring for all positions. If you're looking for a career, Groundworks is the place to do it. You can go from installer to foreman in under a year and become an owner of the company you work for. Apply now at groundworks.com/careers.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation, so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Hey, it's David Basil from my good friends at Bath Fitter. I've been working with Bath Fitter for over a decade now. They're a family-owned business that's been around for over 40 years. They are the pioneers of the acrylic bath industry. Bath Fitter offers a one-of-a-kind remodeling process that's easy and stress-free. They offer a wide selection of beautiful and functional showers, and with their seamless one-piece walls and hundreds of design options, you can refresh your shower space in no time. They can even convert your existing bath into a shower. Check them out online at BathFitterLittleRock.com and tell them Basil sent you.
FIFA World Cup 2026 is coming soon, but your opportunity to be there starts now through an exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card. For a limited time, become a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card holder, and you will be eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more at BofA.com/cardFWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. Rights reserved.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Turn things all the way up and find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy.
Hey, it's Randy Rainwater from Drive Time Sports. Thursday, Rick Schaefer and I have a great show planned for you. Neil Atkinson from Bet Saracen. Kevin Hoop Scoop McPherson from Hogville.net. Trey Biddy thanks to Chris Crane Hyundai and Genesis of Conway. And the legend, Coach Nolan Richardson, thanks to Arkansas Municipal Equipment. See you Thursday on 103.7 The Buzz.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Back at it. Final segment of the second hour. Couple of notes. Yahoo now reporting. Pete Thamel now reporting. Blake Anderson is going to be the next head coach at Southern Miss. So congratulations, Coach Anderson. Former offensive coordinator at Southern Miss. Going to be promoted. And some good Razorback news. Cade Kittler, starting center for the Razorbacks. Also a member of the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
Tweeted out, I'm a MF Razorback. Hashtag all in.
Nice.
Mother freaking. Is that what he meant? MF.
Whatever you want to say, however you want to fill it in.
Hey, Cade Kittler's excited to be back. That's good. I mean, the dude was an improvement at center, no doubt. Was he perfect? No. But he played a pretty darn good center position, and it was improved from the year before. And to have him back for another year is solid for that, because you already knew you're losing your left tackle and your left guard. Corey Robinson graduated. Fernando Carmona graduated. Now you got to figure out exactly what's happening on that right side. Kobe Branham, by the way, was named All-SEC All-Freshman team, along with Scott Starzik. And that came out today also. So it looks like
Starzik got that honor with limited opportunities, actually, too.
Fourth down? No. Keep the kicker on the sideline. We're going for it. So you got Kittler at center, Kobe Branham at right guard, and then Amarian Harrison could be back too at right tackle. And I say Kobe Branham back. You never know these days, right? After your all-SEC freshman guard and all those starts, somebody may be coming offering him a bunch of money. But potentially you could have your right side coming back now and center, and then have to just find a left tackle and a left guard. I thought the conversation with Kevin Bohannon yesterday was interesting with Shaq McRoy leaving. He said with the offense and the running game that they have used in the past at Memphis doesn't necessarily suit Shaq's strengths. So that's why you saw him leave. And what would they do with Marion Harris? Because there's been talk of him being a future left tackle. Right tackle, he gave up a couple of sacks on the speed, but would he feel more comfortable on that left side? You know, because it's a different first move, left to right. So I don't know, maybe something they look at, but the potential's there anyway.
Yeah, and also KJ Jackson. Keep that in mind that he's left-handed.
Ooh.
So that creates a different dynamic.
Wow, all of a sudden your right tackle's even more important now. I didn't even think about that, Joe. That's a good point. Let's check out the D3 Auto Sales text line. Jason in Houston says, thoughts on Nathan Brown heading to the Hill? Not official, Jason, rumored, unless I've missed something in the last couple of minutes, an official announcement. But that rumor's been running rampant since about 10 o'clock this morning, I'd say, is when I got my first phone call and started digging into it and trying to figure out what I could find solid, and nothing solid. So I would say there is nothing to it right. Well, I would say there's nothing concrete about it. Just talk out there. Where it came from, I have no idea. I'm guessing one of the message boards, there's some speculation going on out there. But if it happens, I think it's huge. I think it's great. I hate it for UCA, but I think it would be great for Arkansas. Have that guy with the in-state tie, and he's a good quarterback coach. So that's my thoughts on the possibility. Jason? All right, we got what's trending. And Brian Edwards at 3:30, VegasInsider.com. He'll have some picks for us. Tomorrow we got Lee Sterling back at its normal time at 1:30. Steve Sullivan, Neil Atkinson, got the whole crew back tomorrow. Shaping up to finish out very strong. Hope you can join us tomorrow and in the next hour. Stick around. Hour number 3. Next, it's Out of Bounds.
Stop and shop at our Conway and Little Rock showrooms. That's Hawks Homes, has been serving Central Arkansas since 1986. Is Arkansas's #1 sales dealer. Volume purchasing power enables us to offer our customers the best prices on the highest quality homes. See the world's largest double-wide and single-wide homes, triple-wide homes, and even a quad. You dream it, and we'll build it for you. We're the only manufacturer and modular dealer that can build your custom home from your plans. Check them out online at hawkshomes.net.
What drives you? Family moments, new adventures, or just the love of the open road? Whatever it is, Gwatney Chevrolet is here to help you get there. For generations, we've been more than a dealership. We've been part of life's milestones, big and small. With a team that puts you first and a car buying experience that's easy and stress-free, we're here to find the perfect vehicle for what drives you. Visit us in Jacksonville or online at GwatneyChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, together.
Clint Conk joins the zone each week on 103.7 The Buzz. Brought to you by Farm Brothers Flying Service, providing crop dusting services to farmers in Southeast Arkansas. Call 870-263-1300.
The inmate who escaped from a North Arkansas prison earlier this year will be in court today. Grant Harden escaped from Calico Rock Prison in May. It took nearly 2 weeks before he was found near the prison. He was charged with second-degree escape but pleaded not guilty in June. He is now being held at the Varner Supermax unit. A pretrial hearing is set for today. The full trial is expected to start in February. And on Capitol Hill, the Senate is scheduled to vote on competing health care plans today. Democrats are looking to extend tax credits tied to the Affordable Care Act, while Republicans are looking to create a health savings account, which gives Americans up to $1,500 to spend on health care. It's not clear if either plan will get the 60 votes needed to pass. I'm Kara Kay's Jessica Rockwell with the Buzz Radio Network.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment presents Coach Nolan Richardson when he joins Drive Time Sports every week with Rollin' with Nolan. Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Bowen. Find them online at ametrucks.com.
Weather from the Fletcher Weather Center with KARK's Pat Walker.
After a few clouds this morning, it's going to be a mostly sunny Thursday with a high of 57, maybe a little breezy with a south-southwest wind of 10 to 15 miles per hour. The night, mostly clear and cool down to 41. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high of 62, but it will start turning colder this weekend. With the Buzz Radio Network, I'm meteorologist Pat Walker.
Are you hungry? Something new, $25, all you can eat, sushi rolls, soup, salad, Benihana rice. Come at Benihana's Monday through Thursday.
I'm Trey Reed from The Wild Side on 103.7 The Buzz. Join me and Mark Hedrick Tuesday nights at 7 for The Wild Side.
Brought to you by West Rock Landing at Lake Maumelle, Trader Bill's Outdoors, Battery Outfitters, All About Tire and Brake, Tammy Chase Insurance, Edwards Food Giant, and Crane Chevrolet.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Make your yard the envy of the neighborhood with top quality equipment from Cabot Outdoors. Right now, purchase a Hustler Fast Track Series mower and receive a free pressure washer. An unbeatable bonus of up to $799. But hurry to get an extra $500 off. Supplies are limited. The Hustler Fast Track delivers precision, comfort, and durability for homeowners who demand more. Stop by Cabot Outdoors, 901 South Pine Street in Cabot, or take a look on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Chef Franklin Becker. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
Stop what you're doing. Aaron's just broke the holiday universe. No payments until January 1st, 2026. Yep, don't pay a thing until next year and start with just a penny, 1 cent, and you're basically pre-approved. Aaron's been in the community for 70 years, making it easy to get brand new name brand furniture, appliances, electronics, all the great stuff you need. But listen, this is in-store only, so get up and get over to Aaron's today. And don't miss out. Don't just hear about the deals. Get them before they're all gone.
Hey, Dad, I gotta come clean about something.
Okay.
I only paid for a brand new Hyundai Tucson.
Oh, you might be on the naughty list.
Deal's so right, it almost feels wrong. The Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get 0% APR for 60 months, plus 0 payments for 90 days on all Hyundai Tucson, Tucson Hybrid, Santa Fe, or Santa Fe Hybrid models. Visit your local Hyundai dealer today. Offer ends January 2nd. Call 562-314-4603 for details.
For 55 years, you've trusted Sigma Supply for all your packaging and shipping needs. And now, as part of Brady Plus, they've got even more to offer. From janitorial supplies, facility supplies, and food service disposables, Sigma Supply has you covered. Ordering is a breeze with over 50,000 new products online at SigmaSupply.com. Call or text sales manager David Breitenberg at 501-617-4600 and ask for the Buzz discount now because it's there. And remember, if you're not using Sigma Supply that is now part of Brady Plus, you've got low-grade product, man.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet Studios, this is Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz. What's Trending in Sports is brought to you by Arkansas's own West Rock Coffee. Join West Rock Coffee, the Razorbacks, and their 1.5 million farmers around the globe. It's fall, so now it's time for your team to stock up on coffee, tea, and water delivered directly to your business. Contact them at westrockcoffee.com or 833-886-JAVA today.
We were talking earlier about Phillip Rivers' return to the NFL, 44-year-old, retired for 5 years, maybe starting for the Indianapolis Colts against the Seattle Seahawks on the road, big underdog. Rivers met with the media yesterday. Let's hear from him.
As simple as can be is a coach that I love and an organization that I really enjoyed being with. Mr. Irsay believed in me in that year in 2020 when it didn't go so good in 2019. And shoot, the teammates that I were able to play with, 14 of them are still here. Training room's the same. PR guys are the same. Equipment room's the same. And they wanted me. And, I try to keep it as simple as that. And, a game I love to play. A game that I thought I was done playing. Certainly, I wasn't really hanging on any hope of playing again. I kind of I kind of thought that ship had sailed. But something about it excited me, and it's kind of one of those deals. The door opens, and you can either walk through it and find out if you can do it, or run from it. And I know that there's risk involved, obviously, of what may or may not happen. But the only way to find out is going for it. And I just felt almost like it was a gift, another opportunity to play and cut it loose with your guys in the game you love to play, and the dream that you got to live. You may get some bonus time. So I really kept it as simple as that in my mind, and here I stand.
I wonder when that flicker went out. At what point when you retire and you're like, yeah, I'm done. It's not going to happen anymore. Is it a year or 2 years later, and the team might need a quarterback, and you're thinking, Mike can still come back?
Well, when the phone stops ringing or when it slows down, then it kind of takes you out of it. But the fact that his phone rang, now he's like, okay, let's do it.
Think there's any other organization he had to come back for?
I think he may have come back for another organization, but the bigger question is, would any other organization reach out to him? Don't think that there would be many others that would reach out to him.
Mm-hmm. Like, all those years with the Chargers, if something happened to Herbert, but now it's a new staff, Harbaugh, would they probably not pick up the phone and call Phillip Rivers?
Wouldn't think so.
More from him. It's not just his decision. Sure, he had to have a conversation with all those kids and his wife, too, right?
Right.
They've been very supportive. I think my younger children are most excited. I shouldn't say most excited. They're excited because they don't remember Dad playing. My 6-year-old actually asked me like 4 months ago, like, Dad, why don't you play anymore? And I'm like, hon, I'm sorry. The best you're going to get is me coaching on the sideline, because they were seeing, a highlight, or they're pulling up some, old games. My boys are fired up, obviously, but I think share the same sentiment. A little nervous, like, Dad, do you think you can do it, And then my older girls are real excited because they're a little bit confused. They're like, shoot, I was 12. Some of them, now all of a sudden they're grown adults, married, and they remember 16 years old going to the ball game. So it's been a whirlwind of 48 hours, I'll say.
Think he has to get like 30 tickets for this game and fly everybody out?
He may have to get a large number for sure. But, it's well worth it for him.
Could be an expensive comeback.
He has plenty of money, though.
Flight to Seattle for everybody?
Yeah, he's good to go.
What?
And usually they travel, well, he specifically would travel by, like he had a van that he had all the video equipment where he could just review film, and because he was still living in San Diego when he was playing for LA at the time, when they made the move to LA. So he would just commute back and forth. He never picked up and moved the family to LA.
Huh.
They'll figure it out.
May have to wait until the next home game. But they're not, they got to travel to that too. They're not in Indianapolis.
No.
Where was he living?
But they will be.
Where was he living? Where was he coaching? High school?
Alabama. That's where he's from.
That would be a good story. Go to that Alabama high school and watch the game with the kids on his team. That would be pretty neat. Let's go to Shane Steichen now.
I've coached someone who was older than me before, so it's obviously with age, everyone gets older. So, yeah, that was true 10 years ago.
Always been older than him. All right, now let's keep going. Here's Jonathan Gannon talking about playing with Phillip Rivers.
How do you feel about him coming back?
I don't know. What's that?
2 years older than you?
Yeah, he is. A lot more kids than me, too. If anybody can do it, it's him. I'd say that.
How many kids does he have?
10?
10?
Maybe 11?
All right, move to Cleveland now. Hear from Shedeur Sanders. He's talking about his dad.
During the game, everything I always hear his voice, like in my ear. I'm like in certain situations, certain everything. like, in a lot of situations, and I know his expectation for me is the highest than anybody is, you know. So that's where playing for him my whole life made it easier to come and play anywhere else, because his expectation, what he has done for himself, even being a player where he understands quarterbacks and everything. So, yeah, he definitely, you know, is hard, and definitely hard on me. Definitely tell me, you know, get completions. Definitely tell me things like a recap of things, you know, that I need to do better.
All right, I Googled it during the break, or during Shador. 10 children. The youngest is Andrew, born in late 2023. So he's either just turned 2 or about to turn 2.
Wow, he's got a 2-year-old.
The oldest is Hallie, and she made him a grandfather last year. Hallie is born in 2002, so she's 23. So 10 kids and a grandkid.
Has a kid born in 2002 who's 23. Has a kid born in 23 who's 2.
And a grandkid that's 1. Oh, that is. That's a family road trip if they all go to Seattle. All right, another older quarterback. Not quite as old. Kirk Cousins, not as old as Phillip Rivers, but Larry Foote, the Buccaneers linebacker, talking about Kirk Cousins, who they'll face tonight, Thursday Night Football on Prime.
He always got the ball out. That's what makes him one of the best in this league. He knows what to do with the ball. That's the challenge. And DBs, linebackers, everybody got to understand. We got to know our zones, our techniques, and got to know what he wants to do. That being said, we got to get pass rush too. Mm-hmm. But he didn't see every coverage in this league, so we got to win our one-on-one matchups.
Got to think Buccaneers are coming after him tonight. That defense is going to get after him.
Oh, every team that matches up against them, that would probably be the initial game plan, just to test it out and see how it goes. And if you have to adjust from there, then you make the necessary adjustments.
Now to college football, the Walter Camp Award was announced last night.
There are one-name winners of this award, which any fan will know for years to come. Cam, Caleb, Lamar, Fernando. What does it feel like to be in that group?
Well, first of all, Mr. Mahenti, appreciate you having me on. It is such an honor and blessing to have received the Walter Camp Award. First of all, I want to thank the Walter Camp Football Foundation for this. Walter Camp, he's the father of American football. Since 1967, such a prestigious award, and the award is voted upon all the D1 coaches and SIDs. And what a better honor to have the coaches of the sport vote yourself to such a great honor like this. It is such a great honor, and I'm just so blessed.
What do you think this is going to be like when you look back knowing that you got to share this with your brother?
It's going to mean the world. It was going to mean the world, and I was just talking with the foundation about Walter Camp and his roots, how he really transitioned the game to rugby, to the football game we all love. And funny enough, he was actually able to be a part and coach at the Yale football program, which is a program that I was committed to and did a fake signing day to until I got my late offer from Cal. So what a great honor, what a good connection between Walter Camp and myself, and it's going to mean a lot for my brother and I as we're going to be able to take this trophy home, have it up in the living room in Miami, and be able to talk about this for a long time.
Heck of an honor, heck of a year. Great for him. Now to the NBA. Last night was the semifinals.
Yes, on the Western Conference side.
Well,
the quarterfinals altogether, but semis for Western Conference.
Yeah. We'll start with the Oklahoma City Thunder taking on the Phoenix Suns.
Gillespie had it poked away from behind. Beautiful defense on the stab. SGA, little hesitation, uses his size and the left hand for the finish. SGA, the lob! Holmgren on top with the flush!
OKC rolls again. 49 points they won this game by.
Dominating victory.
How good are they? Who's this? Tim Bontemps?
Yeah. He says that there's not a team that's going to stop them this year.
I thought the conversations around the Thunder this summer were insane. I didn't understand why they were not seen as the massive favorites. And because we've had this run of non-consecutive champions and, this sort of unprecedented era of parity in the league, people just sort of have assumed that's going to keep going. At this point, I think the conversation should be more about can this team be the greatest team of all time potentially and win 74 or 75 games and win the title?
They're on that pace.
That's crazy to even think about, winning or not losing double-digit games. The pace that they're on, they wouldn't lose double-digit games.
What's their record now? How many wins they got?
20-1, something like that.
Well,
somewhere around there.
Let me go.
But just that when he said on pace to win 74, 75 games, you're talking about 75-7, 74-8.
They're 24-1.
24-1.
So 25 down and 57 to go.
Mm-hmm. Is it
25, 57, 82?
Yeah.
So not quite a third of the way there. They're on a pace of like 78-4, which would blow it out of the water.
Well, you know it's going to slow down some, though.
There's got to be a losing streak in there somewhere, right? At least 2 in a row. Now to the Spurs and Lakers.
Olynyk find the open man. Harper, no good. Tip in goes. Excellent effort by Keldon Johnson. And he nearly made the three. Long rebound to Johnson. He fires and hits. Johnson, it's shooting practice. Keldon Johnson. Castle, switch over Hachimura. He's got it. San Antonio with the silencer. 30 points for Stefan Castle.
So what's interesting also, and speaking about Thunder, but all these teams that are still playing, quarterfinals, semifinals, those games count on their record.
Mm-hmm.
And every other NBA team will fill in the gaps in games that they're not playing right now. But that championship game is an 83rd game for the two teams that participate in the championship. So it does not count against their record.
Okay.
Official stats and everything that goes into that game don't count against the team's record. Don't count with or without player stats that play in that game.
That is crazy. The irony of it all. What if they tie the Golden State Warriors for the best record ever, but then they actually won an extra game that's not even counted?
Yeah, I mean, it
or
won't even be thought of.
Oh, it'll come up. Now let's go to Jake Paul.
Fighting next Friday against Anthony Joshua, former heavyweight champion.
I don't think he can knock me out because he's not going to be able to line up his shots properly to be able to land the hard punch. I think it's going to be a very tough fight for multiple rounds. But then when I figure out his pacing, his style, his speed, his footwork, he's going to get a little bit tired trying to chase me around, and then I'm going to set up the shot. I'm not going to say exactly what, but I see what it is, and I think it'll end in the 5th or 6th round. The amounts of people supporting it and saying, geez, if he goes in there, we all just have to show some respect. But don't respect me for getting in there. Respect me when I beat his ass. That's what I've said to people. It's like, I'm not just going in there. I'm not just walking into a fight. I'm going to win. And that's what's going to shock the world. I will become the king of boxing and own the whole entire sport come December 19th.
So Jake Paul went from he was going to fight Tank Davis, who may be 40 to 50 pounds lighter than him. Now he's fighting Anthony Joshua, who's potentially 40 to 50 pounds heavier than him.
That's next Friday night.
Next Friday night.
Netflix?
Yep.
Okay. I just saw this. Who is John Bryce? John Bryce. footballscoop.com. Says, breaking Arkansas and new head coach Ryan Silverfield have completed one of the most crucial off-the-field hires, landing rising star Geiska Crowley as the Hogs' new general manager, sources say. So that had been reported, and I guess that is official now, that they're going to bring in a football general manager, which is a whole nother question too, because we had the general manager that was over, I guess, the entire program focusing on football. Now you have a football-only general manager.
Well, it just shows that they are putting more into the football program and investing more overall.
He's been the GM for the University of Arizona the last 2 years. He's a former XOS digital employee who had prep football and additional coaching experience at the high school level in his native Florida. Crowley has zoomed from working in personnel at the football championship subdivision level at Eastern Illinois to the football bowl subdivision space at UNLV in Western Michigan, where he helped play a pivotal role in Lance Taylor establishing the foundational components of a roster this season that helped Western Michigan win the MEAC. He was pried away from Taylor by then new Arizona head coach Brennan. Wildcats capped one of the best turnarounds in Power Conference football this past season when they won 9 games and earned an invitation into the San Diego Holiday Bowl. Then it talks about joining Arkansas, had one of the lowest funded football rosters in the 16-team SEC season or SEC in the 2025 season. Arkansas leadership has pledged greater resources for Silverfield, increased money for revenue sharing, name, image, likeness, and blah, blah, blah. That's it. Well, no, it's not. Let me see if there's anything else good in this footballscoop.com report. Not mainly just facts and history for the past year. Okay. There you go. So that is official. Let's go to Julio in Oklahoma City. What's up, Julio?
Yeah, you guys were talking about Oklahoma City. The craziest part about it, they've only lost one game.
Mm-hmm.
They have yet to have their projected starting lineup healthy yet for one single game.
Isn't that crazy?
It's bizarre. I've never seen anything like it. And every guy they bring off the bench seems to contribute. They don't seem to drop off much. It's pretty phenomenal. You got to give that guy credit, or that GM, I guess.
Yeah,
and the coach mixing and matching those lineups.
Yes, no doubt.
It's a loaded and deep roster.
Yes. Take care, guys.
All right, thanks for the. I was looking. No, Arkansas guys didn't even play last night.
Isaiah Joe went through a stretch where he was playing quite a bit.
Says he didn't play, or he was inactive last night due to injury/illness.
Well, there it is. That explains it.
I'd take it back. Jalen played. Jalen Williams. He actually played 21 minutes, 2 points off the bench. 6 rebounds, 6 assists. How about that? 1 assist. And I guess I got the right Jay Williams. Yeah, that was the right one. The other, I figured Jalen Williams was starting, and I got that right. But Jalen, the Arkansas Jalen, came in off the bench.
Jaylin.
But it's listed in the box score.
Jay Williams.
Both of them, Jay Williams.
Oh, wow.
So you have to click on their individual name.
So you would think that Jalen, it would be Jay just to show the difference there.
Mm-hmm. But that's 6 assists, though, off the bench. Nice. All right.
So some more news. T.J. Watt, Steelers play Dolphins Monday night. He's being evaluated for feeling discomfort in his lung. And so his status is up in the air for playing Monday night. There's a Kobe Bryant signed card that got over $1 million, $1.22 million at an auction. And then NASCAR and 2 race teams, which included Michael Jordan, they settled an antitrust case that Michael Jordan was had a big part in. He was involved in heavily, and so his race team is going to benefit from settlement.
I'm glad that's over. They can kind of move on. It's been lingering for a while. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, got Brian Edwards with us, VegasInsider.com. We'll get some picks from him. Stick around. It's Out of Bounds.
Edwards Food Giant presents Razorback Baseball color analyst and Drive Time Sports co-host Rick Schaefer every Tuesday morning on Morning Mayhem. Rick will share his special take on Razorback sports with the guys each week. Edwards Food Giant, the meat people, the only stop you'll ever have to make for your family's groceries.
This is SportsCenter.
A bombshell dropped in the college football world yesterday as Michigan head coach Sharon Moore was fired. Michigan stated he was terminated with the cause because of an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Shortly afterwards, it was announced he had been detained by police after what officials said was an assault. This is a developing story. Stay tuned for updates. Bill Poggi will step in as interim. He was a former head coach at Charlotte. And tonight in the NFL, Thursday Night Football featuring NFC South showdown of the Buccaneers hosting the Falcons at 7:15 on Amazon. That game can be heard on The Buzz. I'm Christian Weaver with The Buzz Radio Network.
Hey guys, it's Dee Dee from Ava Bella Day Spa. I know you're stuck on what to get her for Christmas. Hey, I got your back, and your legs, and your face, and your arms, and your shoulders, and your neck. How about a relaxation massage or a whole spa package? For $125, she can get a 30-minute facial, a 1-hour massage, and time in our Himalayan salt infrared sauna. Go to avabelladayspa.com. Merry Christmas from Ava Bella Day Spa.
Oaklawn is here for when you want real action, and the wait is over. Live racing is back. Every weekend brings big moments, big crowds, and your chance to feel the thrill of a big win. The holiday racing season begins Friday, December 12th, and runs through January 4th. Then the excitement returns with the classic racing season, January 30th through May 2nd. It's racing, it's winning, it's everything you've become. Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey everybody, it's Howie at Robert Irwin Jewelers. Shop now and pay later. Get up to 12 months interest-free or take up to 60 months to pay at a low APR. And now offering ASEMA lease-to-own financing. Bigger, brighter diamonds, better prices, or online at rijewelers.com.
Running a business means wearing multiple hats. So if you're like me, you probably started out using your personal phone, taking client calls and texts nonstop. As my business grew, I needed something smarter. That's when I switched to Quo, the #1 business phone system. Quo works right on your phone or computer. No carrying 2 phones, no clunky landline, just one easy app you can try for free. Your team can share one number and handle calls and texts together like a shared inbox. Any teammate can jump into the conversation so customers get faster responses. And Quo's AI assistant summarizes your calls and responds to customers 24/7, so you never miss a lead or opportunity. All this starts at just $15 a month. That's basically 2 coffees. You can even keep your current business phone number. Find out why 90,000 businesses trust Quo. No missed calls, no missed customers. Try Quo for free at quo.com/sports. That's quo.com/sports to try Quo free. QUO.com/SPORTS.
Willie D's Dueling Pianos has not moved yet. They're still rocking right here in the Little Rock River Market. Dueling Pianos upstairs, DJs downstairs with food and drinks every week. Reserve and learn more at WillieD'sPianoBar.com.
Come and get your Willie on.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe insurance should adjust to fit your needs. That's why we work with you to design an auto, home, and life insurance plan that's particular to you. Insurance that fits just right. And Shelter is known for our award-winning customer service, satisfied customers, and a plan for you. Ready to check us out? Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
See Shelter agents Richard Yeager, Steve Ferguson, or Jason Daly in Little Rock today.
Out of Bounds on 103.7 The Buzz. Live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio. Gwatney Chevrolet. Driving, trust every mile. Out of Bounds with Joe Franklin and Wes Moore on 103.7 The Buzz.
This is #1 champion sound. Yeah, Estelle, we about to get down. Who the hottest in the world right now? Just touched down in London town. Bet they give me a pound. Tell them put the money in my hand right now.
Back at it. It's Out of Bounds. Wes Moore, Joe Franklin. Thursday Night Football. Buccaneers hosting the Atlanta Falcons. Let's bring in Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. You got any thoughts on tonight's? Well, welcome aboard. How are you, Brian?
Doing well, Wes. What's going on?
Oh, I'm getting ready for tonight's game. You got any thoughts on tonight's game? You got to get us off to a good start this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I've loved the Bucs all week. Now, I don't like it nearly as much as 5.5 as 4, which we could have had at yesterday. But I mean, I still like it a little bit. But I mean, I loved it at 4. So look, if you can still get a first half line at -3, which I'm not sure if you can. Actually, I'm going to the first half. Yeah, but it looks like you can still get 3 at a lot of books in the first half. I like that as well. If you don't want 5.5, maybe put it in a teaser with the Bears, where Tampa just has to win outright and bump the Bears down to 1.5.
How about Bengals Ravens? Another big game. Ravens, every game is a big game for them.
Yeah, and just not playing well at all. Just got smoked by the Bengals when they were at home on a short week, Thanksgiving night, 32-14, and that was a game where the Bengals settled for short field goals from 31, 24, and 33 in the first half alone. Lamar Jackson, last 4 games, 1 touchdown pass compared to 4 interceptions. And Bengals should have won at Buffalo last week. They had 3 separate double-digit leads. But and Burrow was, playing terrific, but then he had a bad fourth quarter, the 63-yard pick six, and then a few plays later threw another pick to set Buffalo up with a short field. They still got there for me with the backdoor cover on the touchdown pass to Higgins. I doubt they're going to have Higgins, but I still like the Bengals. I like them to win outright. If your number's 2.5, maybe you just be patient and see if a 3 pops at some point this weekend. It's not, I don't consider it a big difference from 1.5, 2, or 2.5.
Joe and I were a little surprised when we saw the line for the Chargers and Chiefs. 5.5 the Chargers are getting at Kansas City. Is that too much?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I know it's a short week off of Monday night and going on the road, which is always a red flag, but it seems like that's been way compensated for. I made Kansas City a 2.5-point favorite, and I thought I was being generous to the Chiefs in that regard. I mean, at some point they are what they are. They're 6-7 straight up, 5-8 against the spread, and they've been in quasi-desperation mode for at least a month. And in those last 5 games, they're 1-4 straight up, 0-5 ATS. The only outright victory, they trailed the Colts at home, or KC's home at Arrowhead. Trailed the whole game. They rallied late and forced overtime and ended up with a 3-point win. But they're not playing good ball at all. And the Chargers have won 5 of their last 6 and have won outright in both underdog spots this year. So I like the Chargers plus 5.5. And maybe wait, because maybe a 6 will pop at some point, because I don't consider, I think 5 is kind of a dead number. So maybe just be patient and see if it gets to 6. If it goes down to 4.5 or 5, go ahead, take it at that point.
I think people are looking at Chiefs and, the championship makeup and what they have been. They're not the same team this year, but just the fact that Patrick Mahomes in these games that they have to have down the stretch, that's where some belief comes in with them. Lions-Rams. Let's look at that matchup.
Yeah, so I was liking the Lions at 5.5. Now it's 6, even better. And look, I don't have anything bad to say about the Rams. I love the Rams. They're having they're having a great year. But Detroit getting this many points, I got to take it. Look, Goff's playing great football. 26-5 TD-INT ratio, completing better than 70% of his passes. They're still number 1 in the NFL in scoring, with a 30.3 points per game average, and they've had extra rest after beating Dallas last Thursday. So give me the Lions as healthy underdogs.
I kind of like that too, and their back is up against the wall. Lions have to win some games just to get in the playoffs.
Yes, and it doesn't get any easier. So they should be focused here with extra rest. I know they're going out west, but extra rest to kind of compensate for flight.
All right, let's go to Giants and Commanders. Giants a small home favorite. I think they're getting 2.5 against Washington.
Given 2.5, but
that's right.
Yeah, no problem. The Giants, look, it's a total scrub game, obviously, but I mean, any chance to go against the Commanders right now, I think it's a good thing, especially without Jaden Daniels. The Commanders have lost 8 in a row, only 1-7 against the spread. during that stretch, and the Giants are off an open date. Jackson Dart's healthy. I like the Giants as long as it's 3 or fewer, and there's plenty of, or it's 2.5 at most books. Yeah, currently 2.5 at most books, like the Giants.
Patriots Bills line is tight here, Brian. Which side do you like?
Yeah, the Patriots have not tasted defeat since September 21st, which is a long time ago, and New England -3, so they're home dogs. Give it to me. I mean, I get it. Josh Allen is obviously one of the top players in the league, but look, I mean, they trailed by double digits a good chunk of the game at home against the Bengals last week, and were fortunate to have their defense step up and make some great plays. But the Patriots, like the Giants, they have extra. They're off an open date, so even more reasons I think to like the Patriots.
And they're talking about this is to win the division. This is a huge game for them, and take care of it at home.
Yeah, then they're talking about, or then at that point, you may be looking at getting, some starters out, come week 18. I mean, I know they would have several more weeks for that, but all kind of good motivators for England here.
All right, college football. We've got the bowl matchups and some lines out, and you've already got one you like, Vanderbilt and Iowa.
Yeah, love Vanderbilt. I think they're the team. Now that the Michigan job's open, maybe Clark Lee's a candidate there. I don't know that, but I mean, that might be something that is a bit of a hiccup here. But other than that factor, as long as that doesn't happen, I think we can have the most confidence of any team in the bowl games in terms of having all their guys dressed out. I think it's Vandy. The only guy who would possibly opt out is Eli Stowers, because he's, the Kuipers of the world have him, either 1, 2, or 3 in the tight ends in the draft. But I've looked at some mocks here this week. He's not in the first round of any of them, so I could very easily see him, wanting to upgrade his stock and playing here. And I don't think Iowa's going to have a lot of opt-outs, but they've definitely got 3 NFL offensive linemen, and they've got a couple of D linemen, and they're definitely going to be drafted. So there's that possibility. But even if both teams are totally intact, I still like Vandy, and I like them at 7 or fewer. But I think you get them now because I don't think you have the opt-out concerns with Vandy like pretty much everybody else in the bowl or on the board in the bowl games.
How about Missouri, Virginia?
Yeah, a smaller opinion than Vandy just because I am worried about opt-outs with Missouri. But Ahmad Hardy's a true sophomore, so we don't have to worry about him being out. Don't have to worry about Prabula being out. He's not going pro. He's not going anywhere. So I just think Missouri's a lot better than Virginia. And I was just thinking it might, go above the key number of 7. So I locked in a little bit of it. And if you want to tease them with Vandy, I'm a fan of that as well.
Just a money line teaser with those two?
A money line parlay or a teaser. Money line. Well, they both just have to win outright, or Missouri down to -1 if your number is 7.
Gotcha.
And Texas Tech, you like them as far as winning the college football playoff?
Well, I think they're the best, number on the board in terms of, I've seen them anywhere from 9-1 to 11-1, and I wish I'd have bought a Georgia ticket like a month ago because you could have had around 15 to 18-1 when they were sort of struggling, but they've turned it on big time. But I think Texas Tech's got as good a chance as anybody. And in the hypothetical lines at FanDuel for the quarterfinals, they're a 1.5-point favorite to Oregon. And, I think Texas Tech at anywhere from 9-1 to 11-1 is the best future play at this point.
What about to win the Super Bowl? Because it's wide open. Have you made any plays?
Yeah. Oh, let me pull those odds up here real quick. I've got a lot of division plays, and I'm fired up. My Houston Texans division plays are back alive all of a sudden when I pretty much buried them in early October. I don't think I have any Super Bowl plays, but I'm looking at the board now. So Rams plus 390, Seattle and Green Bay plus 750. Let's see. Texans at 15-1. That defense is playing pretty good. I don't trust their offense.
No.
I don't know that How about this one? Bears at 35-1. Maybe. No, I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but I just think that's a good number for a team that seems to. They haven't clinched the playoffs yet, but I feel like they got a great chance to get in there and have a home game, especially with what looks like a win this week. As they're one of the. They're single-digit favorites, and we do have double-digit favorites on the board, but one of the bigger favorites this week to get another win. Maybe 35-1 with the Bears might have some life, maybe. I doubt it, but I don't know. Patriots 10-1.
Yeah.
I don't have any confidence right now.
I know. I know. At what point do we start buying in on the Patriots or the Broncos? It looks like one of those two teams will be the number one seed in the AFC.
Right.
I like a little flyer on Detroit with their huge odds. I think they were at 20-1. I was looking at one point.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now, 20-1. I'm not against that at all. They've got some injuries. They've had the worst injury luck the last 2 years. It's really hurt them. They need to steal this one against the Rams, but they're only what? I think they're a half game out of the wild card spot.
Yep.
Either half or one game. So they got time, but they need to get this one against the Rams.
Yeah, this is a big one, and that's why I was thinking you get it now. If they do beat the Rams, those odds will probably come down a little bit.
Way down. Oh yeah, they probably if they win this one, they would probably that number would get reduced to maybe even 12-1 or shorter. Who knows? All
right, Brian, we appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. We'll talk to you next Thursday.
Thanks, fellas. Y'all have a good one.
See you, man. Brian Edwards, VegasInsider.com. You can now follow him on Twitter, Vegas B. Edwards. He got his account hacked.
Really?
Yeah. He's talking about buying crypto and how beneficial it was for him, and it showed a picture of his new house he just bought because of all the crypto, and so he may want to look into it. And then he started DMing people. Like, I got a DM from Brian, and I was like, that's weird. That doesn't seem like Brian, showing pictures of his new house and all this crypto stuff. And anyway, he texted me. He's like, yeah, I've been hacked. That's not me. I'll have to text you pics for the show from now on for that while. But anyway, he got back into his account finally. So Vegas B. Edwards on Twitter.
Crazy.
Yeah. Good lesson for all of us. Protect that password. We'll take a break. Final break of the day. We'll finish it up when we come back. I'll check the D3 Auto Sales text line. We can take some phone calls. 661-1037. It's Out of Bounds.
"2026 is about to become the year that you discovered you like the way you look. What makes me say that is this. The Little Rock Athletic Club or the Little Rock Racket Club will let you join for 50% off the joining fee. This offer is good through December 31st. With all the variety they offer, workouts become fun. Your Little Rock Athletic Club or Racket Club invites you to join now. And in 26, people will witness the fitness, and one of those people will be you.
Arkansas Municipal Equipment in Poen, founded over a decade ago by Daniel and Vanessa Ellison. They lease and sell trucks, trash carts, roll-off dumpsters, and street sweepers. Proud to be Arkansas's only authorized dealer for New Way refuse trucks and Timco street sweepers. Your authorized dealer for Galfab roll-off and hook lift trucks. You can get parts and service for all makes and models with technicians traveling the state to take care of you.
AME, it's the service after the sale.
Honey, wake up. Santa's sleigh is on the roof.
Not a sleigh. It's a brand new Lincoln. And you can win your own during Southland Casino Hotel's Here Comes Santa promotion.
How do we win?
Earn entries starting November 1st to win your share of over $550,000 in free play and prizes. And don't forget the grand prize drawings on November 29th and December 27th to win a brand new Lincoln.
Come on, honey. Let's navigate to Southland.
Tell your friends about Here Comes Santa at Southland Casino Hotel. Must be 21 plus. Play responsibly. For help quitting, call 800-522-4700.
Hey, get in. What? Who are you? I'm future you. Constipation with belly pain still coming back? Yeah. Mia, our doctor figured it out. She said it's irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Arkansas, thank you. Brewski's has officially been voted the best sports bar of 2025 and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette's best of the best. And this season, there's no better place to catch every Razorback basketball game. Huge screens, electric crowds, ice-cold drinks. This is where Hog Nation watches hoops. From everyone at Brewski's, thank you, Arkansas, for your support and an incredible year. Brewski's downtown and North Little Rock, your home for lunch, happy hour, and late night.
Hey Arkansas, got your ticket? The Powerball jackpot is more than $500 million. Imagine what you could do with this life-changing amount of money. A new car? Dream vacation? The possibilities are endless, but the clock is ticking. Drawings are every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, so don't wait. Get a Powerball ticket today at your favorite lottery retailer. Must be 18 or older to play. Call or text 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
What's going on, everyone? DJ Williams here with the Buzz, and the Zone is on the road. We're going to be in Hot Springs, where Oaklawn Racing Day. We're going to be there for the kickoff, ready for an amazing season to watch the ponies run. We're going to be joined by Clint Sterner, thanks to our friends at Chris Crane Dodge Jeep Ram, the big lot. That is Tom Murphy is going to join us as well. Still a lot of moving pieces going on up on the hill. Got to talk a little basketball as well. Champs and Chumps. Thanks to our friends in Hot Springs at Ouachita Bar and Grill and BKC Home Builders. Going to wrap it up with a little birthday trivia. You got a chance to win something thanks to our friends at Brewski's. Tune in, the Zone, where sports and entertainment crashing together.
Out of Bounds, live from the Gwatney Chevrolet studio.
Hey, mustard on the beat, Debo, any rap. He a freak throw, man down, call like Amber Lambs. Tell him free, bro. Nella to the cross, he walk around like Tizo. What's up with these jabroni? Trying to see Compton. They in the street can hate me. For Marlon, they mama. How many options you really got? I mean, it's too many options. I'm finna pass on this body, I'm John Stockton. Beat your and hide the Bible if God watching. Sometimes you gotta.
Back at it, Out of Bounds. Glad you're with us. What's up? One more segment to go. D3 Auto Sales text line. 501 says, tell dude to get the phone off his face so he'll quit hitting the buttons. You're late to the party. It's been going on for months, and it's back.
It's back.
It's back. Brian
it took on a new meaning today where it kind of ramped back up.
It hadn't been going that bad in a while. Brian texted me as soon as the interview was over and said, hey, no static. Sounded good on my end. Hopefully no beeps. And I was like, well, we fixed the static problem.
You're like, it was about 30 beeps. So.
Yeah. But the beeps are back. What did he just text me? Oh,
static gone, beeps back.
He said, oh, dang, I didn't hear him. Oh, stupid phones. All right. 501 says, the craziest thing is they still have capital of a bottom feeder as well. They have a 15% chance of winning the lottery this summer. Talking about Oklahoma City, how good of a team they are. They could win the lottery.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they definitely could do that. They could run through the league this year and end up with number 1 overall pick. Or just think about if they got a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
Because they're in position to do that for sure.
Jake says Rivers has 10 kids, 7 daughters, 3 sons. 903 says, Wes, may have already talked about it. Just got on the buzz. Been seeing some rumblings about Nathan Brown to Arkansas in some capacity. Any truth to this? I would say where there's smoke, there's fire, but it's not a done deal. Yeah, it's out there. This is about the 5th, 6th text that we've had today. I looked into it all morning and could not get anything confirmed. Another one. Will Lane Kiffin leave LSU for Michigan? Don't think so. I saw odds on, where was it? The odds on favorites.
Is it Jesse Mentor?
No. Kalen DeBoer.
Kalen DeBoer,
and Brian Kelly.
Brian Kelly is one that's come up.
Yep, that highlight the coaching odds as the favorites according to some book.
Are those the only two names, or
That's the only
does it
two
go?
on the headline? There was more,
Okay.
but I didn't click on the article.
Yeah, Jesse Mentor.
Yes, I've seen that name.
Mentor, Chargers defensive coordinator,
Mhm.
spent years at Michigan, and they're doing really well defensively. He's been doing a great job defensively. His name has come up.
501 says, Wes, here's to hoping you have some pull with the AAA. 2 points of discussion that result from what our high school athletes are constantly exposed to watching football at all levels above them. Kids being pulled out of the game with their pants above their knee and hurdling. What are your thoughts? Happened twice, Joe, during the state championship opening weekend.
You know what?
Hurdling.
You know what's crazy about that is I was watching, and I heard you guys say it's illegal. Had no idea that it was illegal, so learned something then that you can't hurdle in high school football.
I do not like that rule. And it's been around a long time. I remember Peyton Hillis. You know, he was good at hurdling guys because they come in low trying to take out his legs because he's so big. You hit him high, he's going to bounce off of you or truck you. Peyton would hurdle guys, get a penalty. And it is still around. It is still, and it's not a AAA rule. They go by the National Federation of High School Athletics, NFHSA, I believe it is, their rule book. And it is, I think it's a bad rule. I'll be honest with you. I know it's there to protect the player, to prevent them from hurdling a guy, and you jump over a guy and you get hit and flipped in the air and whatever. So it's a safety issue. But you know what? So is the guy coming down low at your knees. And but it happened twice during the state 2 different games. One of them was in the Greenwood Shiloh game, and Coach Young got ticked. And I don't know why he's mad. He knows the rules, but he was yelling at the official. Maybe it was something completely different on the play, but yeah, completely just jumped over the guy, kept going. Call it back, 15-yard penalty, hurdling. Can't do it.
I had a friend in practice. That was his move. He loved to hurdle. And so everyone would get a hurdle at times because that's what he did. So there was one time I went to tackle him. I went low. He jumped over me, but I popped up quick enough where the bottom of his cleats hit my back, and he went flying and flipping in the air. Last time he ever hurdled anybody.
The pants thing, yeah. But I'm not a fan of that. I'm like, pull your pants down, you know. Get the knee pads up. You know, we don't need to have shorts out there. But that's just the old school in me. Jason's in Crossit. What's up, Jason?
Hey, guys. I just wanted to say something about what y'all said about the Kalen DeBoer thing just now with the 501 on the deck.
Yeah.
You're a guy, Rick Schaefer, must be have some kind of crystal ball because they made reference on Get Up this morning. See how crazy this would be. Kalen DeBoer leaves Alabama during the playoffs to go to Michigan. Then they target Lane Kiffin to take the Alabama job because he's always coveted that job and position. And he could, he was at LSU and never coached a game at LSU and then be at Alabama next year. Now, how crazy would that be?
You know, there are those, speaking of DeBoer only, there are those Alabama fans that aren't sure if he's the solution. And what if they lost their first? What if Alabama loses the first round playoff game? You know, that would be a failure.
You think that opens the door for him to look elsewhere, though?
You know, there was the rumblings of him for Penn State, and he quickly addressed it. And in fact, he was on Ryan Fowler. He was with him and quickly poo-pooed that and said, no. I think Brian Kelly makes sense, and I think Minner makes a lot of sense, too, for Michigan.
Washington football coach has been mentioned also.
Got a text from a guy.
Jed Fish.
Yes. Seen that. 501 says, I'm still eating good from Thanksgiving. Shows me his winning ticket. Like to see it. Congrats. Is that it? The knees being covered has been a point of contention all season. This isn't a new thing for the playoffs. Yeah, no. But I don't think I saw it during this weekend. Anybody being pulled out of the game because of that. That was a good day. Good show. Thank you for listening and watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Coming up tomorrow, we got Steve Sullivan, Neil Atkinson, Lee Sterling with his picks at 1:30. Joe and I will have our picks at 3:30. Should be a fun game, fun day, and a fun game tonight. We'll talk about the Buccaneers and Falcons also. Have a great night. Stick around, though. Drive Time Sports is next.